I don't have a recap written, but we did not do a ton last session, so I think that's okay. You guys met the Court of Inches. There was a whole very tense conversation between Noelle and her very horrible mother, where she basically told Mom, "Fuck off! This is my town," and Mom said, "No, you fuck off," and nobody let that conversation happen. So uh, we picked up last session the morning after. You guys had a pretty brief conversation with the Gatewatch before heading out to town, and your big play was to hit up the Emerald Rail Company corporate headquarters and try to warn them before Amelia got there just how terrible of a person she was. You were able to get a hold of one of their directors of finances, a dragonborn man named Mr. Yafel, and he seemed willing to hear you out and said that he would, put some feelers out, look into the matter of the Rousseaus, which you guys brought up as the clearest evidence of Amelia's misdoings. And after that, you guys decided to check out their hotel room again, see if you could learn anything new. You guys sent a Lauren as a spider up to their 7th floor corner suite, squeezed in through the window, started looking around, and very quickly heard people outside of the hotel room coming to investigate. It seems that she may have tripped some sort of ward spell of some kind. And what followed was a very tense chase with a group of alien guards led by a caster unfamiliar to you. She was able to shake him, managed to regroup with the rest of the party, and you guys spent the rest of the day just kind of chilling, from what I remember. Not a lot going on there. And I think we wrapped up without any major... Oh, no, there was one thing. That night, Noelle tested out polymorph again, turned herself into a giant owl, and took a hour-long flight over Freeport, and she witnessed a series of very violent riots taking place on the streets of Haba Hill, which looked to involve the local vigilance group, the Eyes of Tyr. Kind of nasty, not a pleasant thing to end your day on, and back to the Presidium and kind of call it a night from there. So we are picking up the morning after that. It is the 26th of Inlarith, last month of the year. Are there any questions before we get started?
Nothing here.
I'm good.
Cool. Well, it's morning. Rise and shine. You guys wake up in the Presidium, or wherever you are. I think you're all in the Presidium. Mm-hmm.
Despite her best efforts, Lauren is still in the Presidium.
Was I trying to escape the Presidium?
No, it's just with all the shit you've been pulling.
Trying to get kicked out.
Like, I'll tell you what, if you were with the rest of us, Giddy would have been like...
What are you doing?
Out and nary you return.
I don't remember everybody's code name.
I wrote them all down.
I'm Jib.
I remember mine. I just don't remember everybody else.
Clint, Jib, Bobby Sue, Lawrence was something that sounds kind of whimsical, but then you changed it.
I have Noelle, Bobby Sue, Lawrence Jasper, Barnaby's Jib, John is Joe Bob, Burberry is Clint.
Yeah.
You put that somewhere so that the rest of us can...
I don't feel like typing it. What was the...
Okay, I'll refer to you if I need to know.
I'll post it.
There's always writing it down.
What was the Date again, DM? Sorry.
It is the 26th.
26th of Enlarith.
Yeah.
John is
You
Joe
can
Bob.
update mine. Yeah, I'm Joe Bob.
Joe Bob.
Oh, and the question, the code question will be, do you need a hand with anything?
I did not write that down.
Nice.
That's because I just made it up because I thought it was putty enough that people would get the gist.
That's pretty good.
And also, it doesn't give away anything. I don't think it's going to come up much because, but
Yeah, I
Wait,
doubt
so
it.
man, so we asked you need a hand with anything, and they reply with your code name or their code name.
Their code name.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, I'll be honest, I don't have any plans. I mean, I'm not really sure how we approach this at this point. We have two options. We could either wait to hear back from the Emerald Rail Company, or we could try to find where Amelia is staying. And it kind of just depends on how proactive we want to be about this.
I think that's kind of up to Noelle, though.
Didn't someone have a find a person ability,
One of the guards did.
or was it find an object?
We have find objects. One of the guards for her thing has find
Find
creature.
And we don't have any. We don't know of any item on her that we'd be able to find.
Maybe Noelle would know something.
I should probably point out, so as not to be a terrible GM, Burberry and Lauren would both be able to cast it for the flip of the stat.
I couldn't hear that
You
last
just
part.
got real fucking. Both me and Aloran can.
Cast locate creature with a 4th level slot.
Ah.
Is that a divination spell?
Yes.
They would not have been able to find me. Because I'm wearing non-detection.
But you were a spider.
That's a good point, though. Magic items would still affect you if you were.
Yeah, because that's why I got like the barrier tattoo and stuff.
Wild.
But technically be unarmored.
Actually, hold up. That's a question.
I thought we talked about this. I thought the only things that continued to work were the things that you didn't polymorph into your body.
Oh, so the
That might be true.
oh.
Let me look.
Which is why we made that joke about Aloran's always a bear with a cape.
Okay.
I remember that. You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground, merges with your new form, or is worn. Worn equipment functions as normal. DM decides whether it's practical for the new form to wear the piece of equipment based on the creature's shape and size. Equipment doesn't change size or shape to match the new form, and any equipment that the new form can't wear must either fall to the ground or merge. Equipment that merges with the form has no effect until you leave the form.
So if I want to give a Lauren a piece of equipment, I need to get like a super stretchy scrunchie or something.
I mean, if you want her to use it as an animal. So the
But-
tattoo would work as a spider, theoretically, because then it would be a tattoo on a spider.
Yeah.
Which would be weird, but you could
What
technically
if I
do
like
that.
the glitter, the most glitter filled like scrunchie, and enchant it, and then make Lauren wear that as a bear?
Hey, can I ask you a small favor?
What's that?
Can you add a row on my spells known part of my sheet for levels 4, 5, and 6? I seem to be missing those.
Oh. That's not cool.
And I am shit with Excel, and I did not even realize that I had 4th level spell slots, so I know what I'm doing for the next hour.
I mean, don't you just have access to all of your 4th level spells, so you don't need to like prepare anything?
Oh no, I do, but to make my life easier, I
You're finding
put
the
all
ones you
of
want.
my things in the sheet so I can not have to go.
Clicking around.
You're making a cheat sheet.
Yeah, it's very much a cheat sheet. It's a nice cheat sheet. and it has all of the important information on it, or if the spell is too long and has too many details, it just has a link to the page. But
Well, you do have.
I can't just go online anymore because every time I do that, I end up with spells that I don't actually have access to.
You do have one slot.
Yes.
So that is a 4th level thing you have today. Cool. Okay.
Thank
so that
you.
should be fixed.
Appreciate you.
Easy. So
Boy, really not sure. I guess. If nothing else, it did occur to me I should probably write a clarifying letter to Mr. Yafel, just saying something to the effect of, like, hey, just so you know, this is an ongoing investigation, so you're, you're, I can't think of the word, you're not telling anyone is appreciated. Discretion, thank you. And this is appreciated in this matter. Additionally, if you'd like further verification of our identities, you can talk to Alexi, whatever, at the Green Wardens.
okay.
So I'll probably. I don't know how much it would cost to send a letter locally, or could just drop it off, I suppose. But then I have to take those stupid boats.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
boats.
there's postage. It's not hard.
Okay,
Like it's a couple copper.
I can work that. We'll say that's the first thing Noel's gonna do today, just to make sure that Mr. Yafel is on the same page as us, and maybe we'll give it a day or two and see if that goes anywhere.
Sure. So Noel's going to head into town after writing a letter, mail it. Anything anybody else wants to do in the morning?
Maybe stop by and see Adlar, see if there's a letter there or something. I don't know if it'd be.
A letter with Adlar?
Yeah, like a letter got delivered to Adlar's like hotel room. That's where we told.
About what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything because this was too much.
The hotel room. That's where we told him to send letters. So I'd probably go check.
Right. There is not a message waiting for you at that hotel. Adlar would definitely be happy to see you, and also curious, like, so what brings you here so early in the morning? Just being nosy, as he's probably getting breakfast and a beer.
Nosy Adlar. I know all your business. You're allowed no peace when I'm here.
You literally showed up like 2 days ago with medallions saying a court might come looking for me. So, it might be to my benefit to ask what's up.
Fair.
Any news?
No, nothing on that front. No, you're pretty good. For now. Hopefully forever.
That's not ominous. Well, are you hungry? Breakfast, beer? You look like you could use a beer.
Beer. Yeah, beer.
Cool. So Adlar will rope you into some alcohol with breakfast. Noel, I'll say when you are procuring your postage, it's probably like 7 or 8 in the morning, but you would see that there is definitely a flurry of activity about town this morning. You definitely see like an escalated police presence in the streets. Lots of sheriff's deputies walking around in their dusters. Much more assertively than you recall ever having seen them. Mm-hmm. And I think passing by sort of Liberation Square, at the heart of town, you would also see that there seems to be some sort of large crowd gathering there. And they're centered, it looks like, around this sort of makeshift stage that's being like put together out front of City Hall.
A makeshift stage.
Yep.
I will go check that out. Also, I will just say, sort of in the background, I think Noelle is probably going to, anytime she's like out in the town, she's just going to listen to hear if she hears any like anyone speaking in alien, because those guards could be good to know about if they're walking around or something like that.
Sure.
So I will
I'll
just
say
keep
give me a
my eyes and
perception check.
ears open for any of those guards we're familiar with.
Okay. Yeah, perception check.
Bad roll to start. That's less than 10.
No thick alien accents reach your ears this morning.
Okay.
I will say, approaching this crowd, you will see mostly like, not mostly. There's a pretty large, diverse gathering of people here, like several hundreds of people. You can see closest to the stage, sort of pressed up against the barricade. There seems to be like a lot of press assembled. Folks standing around with pads of paper, little press buttons on their jacket lapels and their hats.
Right.
You can see that there is a podium that's being brought up onto the stage by a couple of the stagehands, and there seems to be a decent police presence here. Running security, kind of watching the perimeter, and sort of standing watch outside of City Hall. Does not look to be anyone important out yet. It looks to be sort of still in the assembly process.
Any signage up, or is it just a blank stage?
There's a couple flags that have been brought to the stage and a bunch of chairs. One of the flags is the flag of Freeport, which depicts like a big red bird on a white field. The other one is the flag of the Eastern Alliance, which is itself a red flag with sort of a white anchor and a bunch of stars. But as far as signage, and I guess the podium itself would have like another instance of that Freeport bird on like the city seal. It's got like a little ring around. It's like City of Freeport, with a little Elvish phrase underneath that reads like, in freedom do we prosper, kind of like the city motto.
Mm-hmm. Do I see that reporter we know?
I'll say give me another perception check.
Exactly 10.
Exactly 10. Oof. I'll say you're looking for him.
What's the reporter's passive perception? Because I'm pretty sure he'll flag down Noelle if he sees her.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think you feel a hand on your shoulder and like turn to find him. Blue-faced Ganassi man has already like seen you and just beelined from behind you. It's like, what brings you out?
I just saw a crowd. What's going on?
Did you hear about the riots last night?
I did hear about those. That was a pretty big deal, it sounded like.
Yeah, it's not looking good so far. I mean, we already put out a quick thing on the front page. He'll kind of reach into his little satchel and hand you a newspaper. Yeah, it's not pretty. And the front page reads, Eyes of Tear, Hob Hill protest turns bloody, 27 injured. And it's not a very in-depth article. It's fairly short, it's purely contained on the front page, and it's mostly recounting what you saw. Smoked Inns and Hop Hill have new product. Eyes of Tear are not happy about it. And tensions peaked during the protest outside the Golden Poppy Smokehouse when an unknown provocateur broke a window and started a feverish melee between Golden Poppy customers and the protesters outside.
How long has this been going on?
This is the first bit like this, but I mean, Eyes of Tear have been talking about this for over a month. I mean, they're not happy. They've been in the mayor's ear for weeks now. And mayor should be out here in an hour or two to publicly address the whole thing. So, fingers crossed you cut this off before it gets too much worse.
Is there any speculation on what he might say or do?
I mean, easy money's on Freeport is a city for everyone, and we are free to do as we will within its streets. But he's gonna be playing both sides. It's gonna be real piecemeal. If you ask me.
Sounds unhelpful.
So yeah, you want to stay for the speech?
It sounds really exciting. I know so little about this issue. Just, I heard about this and I heard rumors that there was some new drugs going around, but I don't know much beyond that. We're sort of on the periphery of it. We're certainly aware of it and it's in the back of our minds, but it doesn't seem very actionable.
Kind of grimaces and nods. It's like, yeah, that's what a lot of folk have been saying. Well, I'll be here.
Well, have a good rest of your morning. Can I
Easy.
keep this paper?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, heading back to Presidium, or
Yeah,
were you already heading to that?
I'll head back to the Presidium and just kind of glance over the paper once or twice to see if there's anything that stands out to me as something that could be looked into in the future, but assuming it's just kind of the basics, I'm sure I won't find much. So
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of your standard local news fluff pieces in the middle there. There's probably a sports page. Freeport probably has a sports team of some kind.
the Freeport Frogs,
There you go.
they lost.
And yeah, it was a fucking blowout. The Woodhull Woodpeckers just fucking flattened them. I don't even know what sport they play.
It's up to you, man. You're controlling of this world.
It just occurred to me, like, would they have a sports team? Probably should stay on task, but goddamn, that's a question.
It's sports ball. They play sports ball.
They play sports ball here on the Emerald Coast. It's the biggest thing in Freeport. Yeah, I'd say there's probably not a lot in that paper, honestly. You probably would be interested by like a brief article about the impending Bloodbeard trial. His arraignment is set for early June next year, but the trial itself is speculated not to start until next summer. So that's something.
Good to know.
Yeah. Beyond that, it's a pretty normal day in Freeport. Just a weird, horrible riot last night, and the government is coming out to address it. Beyond that, things are quiet.
Okay. I will just head back to the Presidium and allow other people to do stuff if they want to.
Sure. Does anybody have anything they want to do today?
I think we all know what I'm doing.
Barnaby out fishing?
You know it.
What? You mean you're not mastering the art of the cannoli?
No.
Cannolis are foul.
Is Saren in there?
I don't think she is at the moment because Aloran gave her a bunch of amulets to take back to their village. But that would have been a few days ago. She might be in town. Let me check to see what that looked
I
like.
think that was the same day that Noel confronted Amelia, whatever day that was.
Yeah.
That would have been the 24th then. So now she probably left yesterday. So she would not be in town. No.
But she'll
Unfortunately.
probably be back tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah. It's not super far by boat.
Well, if we're just doing back to downtime things until we get a ping, I mean, I want to give it at least a couple days here. So
Mm-hmm.
at the very least, I'd probably, going back to more downtime-ish activities, go get things started with the gift to Burberry that I wanted to work on at the, whatever they were, group of the Conclave.
Andresters.
The Andresters, which I believe they already agreed to help me. We just need to start doing it.
Gotcha. Okay. So Noelle would probably make her way to the conclave then and spend the bulk of the day there with one of the craftsmen at the temple.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean he's got a decent amount of know-how he can share, kind of point out some tips and tricks when it comes to enchanting and magic item creation. Definitely a very, very helpful and patient worker to have on this project. So we can count that as a day of progress. Anything else from you guys today, or do we want to call it on the 26th?
Is my time spoken for?
As far as
Crafting spell scrolls, helping anybody who needs it, etc., etc.
I don't think anybody's crafting except for Noelle at this point.
Well,
Okay.
I was just going to say Burberry did have the option of crafting and vivify. They don't have to, but that was something that was discussed once.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
I've
no,
already spent the time on the scrolls.
Yeah, that's the reason I was asking. I just wasn't sure if I was finished. If I am free reign, I would very much like to proselytize because I haven't done that in a while.
Sure. Okay. Where are you going, and what are you talking about?
Well, apparently I'm going to the kitchen, but sorry. No, I had a thing of steak that was empty sitting on my desk, and the cat just knocked it off, and it's very drippy.
Ooh,
It's like, yeah. Thanks, Timber. And now you're licking my desk. All right.
yes.
They start cleaning up.
Base if there's like a square of some kind.
Okay. I mean, there's Liberation Square in the center of the city, but you will definitely find that it is largely occupied by this press conference that's going on. There are other squares going on across the city. If you are interested in those,
I'll find a smaller square. I will also get a like basket of apples if I can find like a fruit vendor on the way or something like that. And
Okay.
I will basically trade people 10 minutes of their time for an apple.
Okay. It looks like there's a decent number of open areas on the map here. Closest one to Liberation Square is probably going to be an elven garden in Little Sarah Shore, which is going to be like northeast of downtown, closer to the Presidium, but not quite all the way there. So also give me a persuasion check. We'll just see how convincing this ploy for time is going to be.
You get a free apple, but you have to listen to them proselytize while you eat it.
Yeah, pretty much. No, and you can. I'll also get like, well, I'll get 2 different fruits. So if they want to listen to both things, they can have one of each fruit. I'm very, very fair that way.
Sure.
You said persuasion is. Well, I mean, if I'm gonna do this, I may as well go ham, right? It's not like I'm doing anything else today. Let's see what kind of fun spells I can add on top of that. Because I think I have a.
There's enhanceability and guidance.
Yeah, I was debating on enhanceability. Yeah, I'll make myself charismatic for this one.
Okay. I believe that is advantage then.
18.
18. Okay. 18 is pretty solid. I think free apples are not going to be turned down, especially in an elvish neighborhood. So you probably get a decent number of people over the course of however long you're out there, a few hours. Stop and give you an ear for a few minutes. So what are you talking about?
No, Bojleg and Sturk, of course. I haven't sung their praises in a while.
Sure. I think you probably get a decent number of questions. Like, are these nature spirits? Are these lesser god? Like, who is Bojleg and Sturk? There's some polite inquisitiveness from the crowd here. And I think you would probably get the sense you've proselytized many times in the past. And elves are usually not super standoffish about this sort of thing, although they're never super invested either. It's always sort of a polite interest.
So I feel like whenever he presents it, it's not like this is instead of what you're doing it, this is just like a philosophy or a way that you can add to what you are currently doing. Like, so I'm not trying to be like, no, this is the god. like
These guys are going to kick all the other gods' asses someday. You wait.
No, none of that. It's kind of like how you can believe in karma and have the Christian faith at the same time. They can coexist in the same person.
Yeah. These guys oversee this special thing, and like they can help you. Just keep them in mind. That makes sense. All right. I think you're probably engaged in relatively stimulating conversation for the bulk of your afternoon. So yeah, it's going to be a decent day.
I'm not even asking for money.
It's easy when you give stuff away.
Speaking of, how much money did I spend on, say, baskets of apples and oranges?
Apples?
Because I did get a lot of them.
Food and lodging. I'll say you probably get through like 3 goals worth of apples.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and deduct 6 so I can get apples.
Sure.
Assuming they're at the same rate.
Roughly, yeah.
Plus, it seems only fair that I bribe them for listening to this weird little man who you can't see his.
Little platinum brother had some interesting things to say in the square today. Oh, do tell.
He also spoke briefly about something called the Way.
My cousin went to Pharaoh once, and he loves the Way. He never came back.
The Lord loves the Way.
So yeah.
You know the way only to forget the way later.
Yeah. Burberry and Noel are occupied today. Barnaby is fishing. Lauren, John, what are y'all doing?
Hanging out with Adlar / Gerald, one of the two, probably.
Sure.
Nothing special.
I feel like Adlar is probably going to lay claim to your time today on account of you went and met him. Ask about mail.
That's kind of what I figured.
Sure.
Yeah, so she'll just
Honestly, since Sarah isn't in town, I really don't have anything I want to do at this point in time. So
John's
I
just
guess
a
John
chill
will
day.
be kind of idling around. Maybe read a book.
Oh shit! What kind of books does John read?
Picture books.
Picture book. That's great. Cool.
I could teach Rainer and Segundo a few things too, probably.
That's true. Did kind of beat their asses.
To teach them how to fight.
It was pretty close.
It took two of them to take you down, and even that was a struggle. Yeah, I mean, chill day, quiet day. I'll say the day will probably wrap up without anybody hearing anything
Yay.
bizarre or any uncomfortable sendings. No creepy fucking changeling types following you through the crowd. Nothing weird. Nothing bad.
Sweet.
26 wraps up, and you guys wake up the morning of the 27th without issue.
Oh, can I also practice my Elvish a little bit with all the conversation with lots of elves?
Yeah.
Cool.
Where are you at on that?
I have 30 days.
Out of 60?
Yeah.
50.
50.
It should be 50.
Okay.
So
So you're getting
we're
there.
getting there.
Yeah. I'm like, now it's 30.5.
All right. Well, come the 30 or the 27th, excuse me. I assume we're holding course. No changes on the docket for anybody.
I'll go check the. I'll just kind of make it a part of my routine to go to the hotel to check if there's a letter.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing, and then maybe bugging Noah to help me with some Elvish if she's willing.
Potentially, I have to do some enchanting today, though.
Well, then I'll just go bother somebody else.
If I don't start on Burberry's gift now, it's not going to be done in time for their birthday.
That's
Fair. Well, no letter at the hotel this morning either. So enchanting, proselytizing, vibing, fishing. Does that all sound about right?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll play with the kid today.
I think Susanna will be very appreciative. And yeah, your day will pass without issue.
Okay.
Oh, my other little wrapped little ding dong eraser, she gives it to Gaddick.
Just candy.
It's an eraser, you numbnuts.
Ah,
You're supposed to play with
you
it.
should have known I had to put that in my mouth.
I know. Which is why I got you something non-edible.
Cool. So 28th rolls around. No letter. Or no, that was the 28th, excuse me. No,
That was the 27th.
no. That was the
We
27th.
had woken up
28th
on
rolls
the
around.
28th.
No new letter at the hotel.
Okay. John could seek out Saren now.
That's true. Saren would probably be back in town and probably would have met up with Lauren and Adlar at whatever bar they were frequenting.
John's gonna find Saren and ask her if she wants to go out on a date.
Oh shit. A date.
Oh,
my
shit.
god.
Oh shit! Is a Lauren there? Is a Lauren there? I want to know.
She can be. We're in kind of nebulous downtime.
Was I there,
Space.
John?
I think it's a safe bet you were probably there.
Okay. Well, Lauren's gonna be like, "Oh shit!" She gonna make a big deal out of it just to embarrass you, John. Actually, just to embarrass both of them.
Yeah, Saren's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up," and
oh my god,
she'll
they're in love! They're in love, guys!
shut up, bitch. and she'll walk with you outside, John, to walk and talk and hammer out the details. So, what were you thinking for
I
said day?
thought maybe you might want to go shopping around town or something.
Shopping. Ooh.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Are you buying?
Sure.
Oh, she a little sugar.
Yes, let's go. Saren will probably take you to a little Triton Run boutique shop and just spend like an hour, maybe 2 hours trying on increasingly risque outfits, very akin to what Lauren wears on the daily.
You gotta catch up.
Yeah, she's like definitely like kind of pushing the bounds of seeing how much she can get away with. Because you just kind of watch as the price tag just continues to climb up, like 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 gold pieces.
Does it get more expensive with less fabric?
There's more like jewelry incorporated into it. So I think by the end of it, she'll probably settle on like a 50 gold piece little fucking number. Very drapey, lots of chain and like glittery little crystals. And I think after it's all done, you know, you guys are leaving the boutique. She's probably just like, so you want to go take it off?
I figured you might want dinner first, but it's up to you.
Okay, wait, let's go. So
I think she wants sausage for dinner.
breakfast.
Barnaby's out there fishing, just thinking, "Oh, please, come on."
Children. Cool. Yeah.
Indecency going on near me. I can
I'm
sense.
nowhere near you. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm literally in another plane of existence.
Yeah. So John, Saren, have yourselves a lovely afternoon of shopping and reacquainting yourselves. Go ahead and give me a performance roll. Ooh.
Sorry, I forgot to open my dice roll. Performance, you said?
Yep.
Do I have anything in performance? I had a +2. That'd been 18.
Damn. So she got an 8. John puts up a much better showing than Saren does. So make of that what you will. As far as the rest of you, crafting, proselytizing, fishing,
Probably hanging out with Adlar since I was
Hanging.
vibing.
I'm
Sure.
vibing. Oh.
Okay.
You all die.
This is where it all ends, guys.
The meteors approach.
Well,
I do have a small thing I could do at the end of this day.
yeah, sure.
Go seek out Gideon real quick.
Okay.
So Gideon, wait, I would probably wait till we're at least have some amount. Like if he's walking down a hallway, I'd go kind of intercept or something.
Sure. Okay.
Let's say Gideon, you mentioned
Yes.
the whole thing with Willem's head.
Yes.
I was curious. You were seeking help potentially, and it's been a few weeks, right? At least at this point.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
guys got
that.
back to town in like the beginning of the month, before the beginning of the month. So it's been like 3 weeks at least.
Okay. It's been a while since we had that talk, and now that things have calmed down a little bit, I feel a little bit more available to discuss options with you. Did you have any specific ideas you wanted my help with?
Yes. Yes. I wasn't expecting this today. But this is good. We can work with this. Follow me, and he'll lead you upstairs towards his study, but he will not go inside immediately. He'll stop outside and just sort of turn and be like, "Well, he is not."
Cooperative?
He has not been cooperative at all with me. Thankfully, his memory is not very good either. So I have been able to question him repeatedly, though I have not found a tactic that has been very fruitful yet. So I am I'm hopeful that if whatever remains of him in there recognizes you, he may be a little bit more forthcoming. I recall that you mentioned having a uncomfortably close relationship with him in the time leading up to his death.
Yeah, he was kind of a creep. There was, I don't know where to start, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why he would want to tell me anything, though, is the thing.
Well,
I guess he doesn't know necessarily that I took his dagger.
well, he's never given any indication to me that he knows anything about me, but that's not saying much. Um, but I feel like being a stranger makes him very uncooperative. Part of me is hoping that just seeing a familiar face might prompt a little bit more conversation. But
Do you want me to be me, or you want me to try and trick him by being someone else?
I'll be honest, I hadn't considered tricking him. um, that is an option, though.
I wouldn't know who to be.
Well, you would have known better than I would if that was viable. So I suppose just be yourself, and if you can get him talking about the dagger, about Crown Peak, about his powers, anything you can get out of him about any of that would be useful, potentially actionable. So
Is there any one specific piece of information I should go for?
he just kind of shrugs. He's like, I don't know how much he's concealing, but whatever you can get out of him, I've had very little luck. So most anything would be welcome at this point.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
You sure?
I think I can do it.
All right. I'll be right behind him. So as soon as you're ready to call it, I'll just throw the blanket back over. All right.
Sure.
Okay. So he will unlock the door to his chambers and lead you inside, and you can see at the cluster of tables piled high with books and papers and the like, there is on the corner that same cylindrical shape obscured by a thick blanket. Gideon will take up a position on the far side of the table from you. Place a hand on the blanket. And slowly pull it back. And what you see is a thick glass jar. It's probably like a foot and a half in diameter. Maybe like 2 feet tall. And inside is this very thick, viscous, yellow liquid. And faintly visible through that, you can see floating in its midst is the severed, bare, ravaged head of Willem Grimes. Jaw hanging slightly slack, the eyes bloodshot, dull. And yet, as soon as the blanket pulls back, you see the eyes flicker towards you. And you see the mouth start to kind of work itself. And you hear this very faint, muffled sound of a groan escaping his lips, kind of bubbling up through that liquid inside. Well, Miss Noel.
Hello again, Will.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I have some questions for you if you're open to answering something for me.
I might have some answers. I might have some questions of my own. What did you do with my dagger, Miss Noel?
I kind of shoot a glance at Gideon. Actually,
How long we flushed it down the toilet?
The dagger's in a little glass case on the table.
I was gonna say, so could I like take out my notebook real quick, set it on the table, and just write something in it for Gideon to read without talking?
Yeah, sure.
And it would just say, does being honest matter?
See how Gideon's communication.
Oh, right, he's blind. God damn it.
Just speak of something that Willem doesn't understand.
I don't know what languages he knows.
You can
Wait,
test it out.
I thought Willem was dead.
Willem is dead.
This is his head.
Deadhead.
Oh,
The dead head of Willem Grimes. I think Gideon will see that you are holding this up, and he'll just throw the blanket back down over Willem's jar, and you just hear an, "Oh, turn down the light." And Gideon will just kind of usher you away from the table and ask, "What is it? What's wrong?"
Sorry, I forgot you were blind. I keep doing that. Does sharing information with this head share it with the soul of Willem Grimes? How interconnected are they at this point?
the best of my understanding, the magic that I have been using to converse with the head is rudimentary reanimation. I don't know where Willem's soul is or what became of it, but it's not there. It's just his body. And in my experience so far, he has not been able to retain much of what we've discussed. So, I think you're free to
Share whatever's necessary.
I don't expect him to remember. He hasn't yet.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. I'll go back in.
Okay. So Gideon will get back in position, pull back the blanket, and you'll see Willem's head. Miss Noel, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'll skip the cutscene.
I have some questions of my own. What did you do with my dagger? Fucking speed through the dialogue.
Perhaps I could answer some questions, Willem, but I need to ask you some things first. Where exactly did that dagger come from?
The severed head gives this faint little smirk. It's very slow, but it just kind of spreads across the side of the face. And you hear his voice respond. Now, Miss Noel, why would I go answering a question like that after you done stole my property?
I thought you wanted to know where it went.
You gonna tell me what you did with my dagger?
I'll tell you what happened to it.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
24.
Okay. You see the smirk kind of fade a little bit and this kind of grimace pass over the face. Says that dagger was a gift from a higher power. You better not have done nothing with it. It would be bad news for all of us.
Why would that be bad news for all of us?
That dagger. It requires feeding. Or else it starts to get ornery. And I start to get ornery. What did you do with it, Noel?
I'm in a position where I can feed the dagger, Willem. But I need to know more.
So give me a deception check.
I mean, I am.
Just
You're
off
not going to
Gideon real
feed that
quick.
dagger.
26.
Said she's in a position that she could
Yeah,
feed the
very
dagger.
careful. No, I rolled 26.
26.
Also, just to I assume we would have worked this out on the way over here, but is this a 5-question limit like normal, or is this thing just kind of on?
Gideon's told you, I think, that he's just sort of semi-permanently animate now.
Okay.
So there's not any particular limit, but he does, from Gideon's description at least, get to a point where he's just not cooperative. So
Got it.
Willem's eyes kind of go wide, and it's kind of hard to read the expression. It's sort of a mixture between like shock and curiosity, and he says, "Miss Noel, am I to understand that you're thinking of taking that dagger for yourself?"
I saw visions that night when I held it, being more powerful than I could ever imagine. Something so enticing about it. How could anyone resist?
You see a smile kind of sprout across the face. Finally, someone understands.
I just want to know more.
The effigy in the ruins. The great mouth over the pits. The conduits. A connection. I don't know his name, but I know he's old. He's real old.
How long were you making sacrifices to him?
The head kind of blinks. The eyes kind of go out of focus. Been years. Been a good long while. Nearly a decade, I think. But he's been good to me. Only decent, I should return the favor.
What goals did he have for you? What were you working toward?
Oh, he ain't that complicated. He's hungry. So I fed him. The more I fed, the more he gave. Simple as that.
What happens if he doesn't get to eat for too long?
See the face kind of blanch a little bit. He starts getting fussy. nightmares, voices, and then I start getting fussy. Better for everyone. I keep things on schedule. Otherwise, he starts to take control.
Did he ever take control of you?
It ain't fun, tell you that. He ain't real picky about what happens after that. Lost some good men that way.
How did you discover the Crown Peak Ruins temple?
Runa's just been sitting there this whole time. Theron never bothered to give him a look. Figured we might could use something up there. Decided to take a peek for myself. Best decision I ever made.
Are there any secrets of this temple that I need to know about if I am to carry this power?
Well, that dagger's mine. So we're gonna have to figure out some other way for you to make a connection. Forge your own pact. But I don't think he's gonna be too disinclined having someone else to help him feed. Many hands make for light work after all. I think we pay the temple a visit. Maybe bring one of your friends. Be real easy with the two of us. But you gotta be the one to finish it.
I understand. I was kind of subtly signaled to Gideon to lower the
Sure.
cloth again.
I think as he does, you hear, so where did you put my drug? And
We'll go
blanket.
outside again.
Gideon looks genuinely impressed.
I was lying, by the way. I don't actually. There's no
Just to clarify,
temptation.
please don't kill me.
Trust me, I've done much the same in other situations.
I'm not
That
sure
was-
what else I can get.
That was good. I mean, that was more than he's ever told me. Thank you for that. That does raise more concern about the ruins. And that clarifies a lot about that. And I'll kind of glance over at the glass case where he's been keeping the dagger.
I'm glad to know that. Part of me was worried that this entity was something a lot more powerful than maybe it was. I mean, he could still be lying and misleading, but It sounded more like a selfish creature than something with grand machinations.
Which is reassuring to an extent. He did not ever mention direct communication with the creature, which does raise questions for me, at least. Typically, fiends who are building up power like this are talkative to some degree or another.
If Noelle thinks back to that very first nightmare she had when the dagger was stolen, what were the visions I saw?
Woof.
I just like, okay, I vaguely
That's
remember you saying something to the effect of like you see like these. It was either like a creature or these creatures like standing over you, and they were above the pit or something like that. If I remember.
If I remember correctly, I feel like it was a vision of a sacrifice.
That could be.
If I remember correctly, and I feel like the last thing that you would have seen would have been the statue kind of protruding out of the ceiling into the pit, which the way it was carved had an almost like floral or like sort of lotus sort of shape to it.
Right.
And each petal appeared to have, this like eye-like orb sort of cut into it.
Okay. I would say to Gideon that I was not lying about that vision, though. And I will describe what I saw to him as best as I can recall. If any of that's useful.
That is disturbing. It's good to know. Although I suppose it's not much more than the notes that your Burberry left with us regarding the sacrifice chamber.
Right.
All sort of lines up.
If nothing else, it sure sounds like. I mean, it goes without saying, but I imagine the next person that touched that dagger is going to have a very bad time. If this creature grows more and more hungry without sacrifices, and we've been essentially starving it after we let it binge for 10 years. That thing is extremely dangerous now.
Yeah, I don't love the idea of holding on to this thing any longer than I have to.
Can it be destroyed?
Probably. As of yet, I have not spent much time looking into that, but this might be time to start.
I would encourage you to do that.
You can definitely tell he's thinking something over. At the very least, I want to see if Raynor or Secundo, their trip to the ruins, turn up anything new or actionable. And if not, then I think we'll start looking into destroying this thing after that.
Well, please be careful. I know Willem used that dagger to get past the Guardian down there. So clearly there's something some level of functionality tied to it in that place.
Do you think this is... No. They can handle it. Well, thank you. Well, that is more from that head than I have heard in all the months I've had it.
Will you destroy it at some point? The head?
Yes.
I would appreciate it.
He has other purposes. Sorry.
No, I need it.
Please don't.
I won't lie. I would be loath to destroy the only informant I have on this particular matter, but if all other leads prove cold and this manner of the ruins appears to be settled, I would like to have no further use of him before destroying him. Same with the dagger, obviously.
Right.
But their days are certainly numbered.
I think the less information that's out there about this creature, the better. But I've learned one thing from Burberry's, that these entities thrive on being known.
That is truer than you know. Now, thank you again. Oh,
Have a
I
good
suppose I
rest.
could convince you to come back for any follow-up interviews.
I'll come to you. Need a break again from that.
Of course.
Have a good rest of your evening, Gideon.
And you.
I'll head back to my room.
All right. Cool.
Can't hear you,
You
kid.
are muted.
Sorry, I forgot because I was like, oh, I'm typing kind of loud. I should probably mute myself so you kill the typing sounds a little bit. You get frantic knocks on your door later that night.
I do?
Yeah.
Hello?
No,
Jade, put your shirt back on.
Buddy. Hello, buddy.
Figure out who's on top of the day because the response will vary. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
It's okay.
We were just getting started.
Sorry.
It's fine, Burberry.
I guess it could wait.
What's going on?
Well, while I was talking about my patrons yesterday, I had an idea, and I think it might benefit you. If you'd like to give it a go. No guarantees, obviously. It's the first time I've ever done it, and I'm not sure if it'll work, but I think I know how I might be able to contact one of my patrons to ask about the future.
Really?
I think. Obviously, it's a little up in the air, and stuff with gods is kind of, divination if you're looking for the spell.
Yep. I already knew.
Look, I was typing him in. I was like, oh, hey. But if you'd like to finish,
No.
we can
No,
do
we
it later.
have not even started, I promise.
Jade is still fully clothed.
Look, I make no assumption, and you get a random message that goes, "Get it, girl."
Oh,
So I would be certainly interested. How does it work?
Well, first I have some incense that I can burn, and I have some leftover fruit, but I'll have to add some gemstones to that to kind of supplement the. But basically, it's you make a sacrifice, not the a tithe. You make a tithe, and it basically lets me ask a question that make let's. I could think I could look into like maybe 7 days, not quite a week, but almost a week. Um,
What an odd number.
I know, right?
Everything is base 10 here. Um,
And I might be able to ask if your plan, or if it was enough.
oh, that's a great question. Although that only affects things in the next 7 days.
Yes. So if we need to wait for a few days, we
Oh, we'd have to wait till Amelia hears back from the Emerald Rail Company. I don't know. I guess. Okay, wait. Sorry, I'm just gonna read it here.
That's fine.
You also see the question
I-
concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7. We could ask if yeah, what's his name? Yafel will be swayed by our argument to disallow Amelia, something like that.
Well, it was a goal, so it does say a goal. So I suppose technically we could just ask, was our attempt to sway him enough to stop whatever deal Amelia is trying to pull from happening?
That's a good way to word it.
I would definitely have to ask Sturk, though, because I'm pretty sure Bojlik would say, "Oh, it's all up in the air."
We'll make sure we pick a good one. How much money do you need?
25, but I'm pretty sure I have gemstones enough for that.
Okay, that works. I have some gemstones too if you want some.
It's all right. This one is on me.
Okay. I'll get the next one. I've had these 3 precious gemstones in my inventory for 2 years, so.
just hold on to them.
Yep.
I might try and go buy more incense, though, just so I can do it again later.
Okay.
Maybe I'll... What's your favorite smell?
Yeah, good incense smell. Jade.
I mean, I've always been partial to lavender myself.
Oh, I was about to say, do rocks have smells?
No. I was asking Jade.
Lavender? Okay. I'll get some lavender then. Whenever we want to do that, I probably should look into it a little bit more just to make sure I don't somehow do something horribly wrong. It's kind of a new thing for me.
Okay. Well, I'm free tomorrow morning or the evenings. Any of the evenings, probably.
Excellent. All right. Have a good night.
Good night, Burberry. You too.
Good night, Burberry.
Night. I'm gonna go buy incense. Is the Lord about?
In the evening?
Lauren's alive in the evening, so yeah, you'd probably be able to hunt her down.
Lauren, are you busy and or in the middle of something and or
Bye-bye.
planning on being in the middle of someone in the middle of?
Burberry,
No,
come have
no.
a drink.
We're at a bar. You're good.
I make no assumptions. There's something for everyone. I was gonna go buy incense. Would you like to come with Adlar?
Yo, Adlar, you wanna go buy good smelling shit?
Can we smoke it?
I have stuff we can't smoke.
I wouldn't be surprised if they also sold stuff you could smoke.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I don't need to buy anything to smoke. I'm set.
Okay.
Do you
moment.
have any smells that you like, Aloran?
Adlar's going to settle up his tab and just kind of slink over like, okay, where are we going?
Well, apparently we're going the right the way. Are we going the way?
Hey,
I don't know what I like to smell. What do I like to smell?
weed.
I do like to smell weed. I don't know, something like fresh, refreshing.
That's not weed.
But it's nice to clear the senses after weed. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe some nice opal. He mutters that to himself. Jasmine, maybe? Like jasmine. Or maybe honeysuckle.
Ooh, let's do honeysuckle. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds nice.
So, incense.
And also, I will buy enough to do spells too. Because I also know that spell, and I didn't even think about that.
I wouldn't have either if I didn't type in all the things.
I low-key kind of forgot about it.
I've never actually played a cleric to level 7, so this is the first time I've had access to it.
When I'll prep this spell tomorrow, so if we want to ask another question, we can.
Okay.
Oh, who would you ask?
I don't know, just in case we need another question.
Oh, so this is actually just more point of curiosity, because like the way that my divination work is I talk to my gods. Do you talk to your god or do you talk to someone else?
I don't think druids can cast divination, can they?
Yeah.
Can you?
I thought you did with Alexia once, or was that something
Yeah, I did
else?
with Alexi. Yeah, that was divination.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting. So the way 5e tools works is like the tooltip that comes up is like it just shows you the base classes, and then you have to click through to actually see all the
the variants.
subs and optionals and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that's a thing.
But yeah, I'll prep divination, so if we need it tomorrow, we can do it again.
All right.
Sweet.
But I speak to Alice. So.
I think Burberry's wording on that question is very robust, though. I don't know if
It is.
we'll see.
It's more just in case,
Yeah.
and then we have it type of thing.
Sure.
You know, I really should like play a contract tiefling at some point.
You really do need to play like a Fey, like trickster or something in the next campaign.
Just sit down and phrase all the things in like ways that
just
sound like they're ironclad, but they're not.
Burberry, Kat, I've got it. You could play a Fey lawyer. That should be your next character.
Wait, would that be a paladin? Would that be a Fey paladin?
Sure.
Order of Ancients, there, done.
Something to keep in mind for
3
years from now.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are going to go get.
Fey is even a class, a playable class.
You guys are going to go get some incense. It's pretty late at this point, but I'm sure you guys are probably able to find a shop somewhere that is still like in their like last 5 minutes before closing down.
Definitely has glow in the dark dream catchers.
Oh yeah.
Whatever shop it is.
And bongs, no doubt.
Glass vases.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
I think it's
probably near the opium den.
Sure. It's probably not too far down the street from where that whole riot went down, and they'll probably just be like, oh, that's you business all that the other night. But yeah, you could buy incense. They would also have various other herbal implements if you were so inclined to purchase those.
Like shrooms?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Lauren's like, yo, Adlar, you want to take some shrooms? Want to eat some magic mushrooms?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Lauren, you're getting a whisper. How well versed in mushrooms do you think Barnaby is?
Oh no.
Hopefully not well enough. I'll buy a lot.
You have to play a trickster next campaign, Ken.
How many do you want to? Or how much gold do you want to spend on this?
I want to spend enough for me and frickin' I don't know if Bird wants to join. I think after that, like
I
with
might
that
be
message,
but no. Just convince him that it's a normal edible mushroom to put in the gumbo.
oh my god, we can get. No, we can't do it at the Presidium. We'll get in trouble. I'm already in a lot of trouble. But Lauren's game. She ready.
Oh, no, okay, all right. I can't tell you about this right now, because its ears exist. Don't ask questions. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
But I have a thing that you can put it in.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna buy enough mushrooms for Barnaby's thing of gumbo. Of like how much I would roughly think he'd put in there.
Oh, but don't get
Okay.
enough that it'll kill us.
We'll be fine.
Okay.
What have I done?
I'll say that'll probably be 5 gold total.
Okay.
Wow, Lauren, you're buying a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah, I really like mushrooms. They're really good. You know, they're great. They're great for the soul.
The moment when you're playing a character that is tricking themselves. Okay.
So you guys wrap up your purchases, come back outside. Adlar did not even like manage to follow you in. He's like still like standing outside, just like staring up. Just kind of squinting.
You good there?
Yeah, no. Do you see that bird over there? And he like points like down the street on top of a rooftop, and you can see there's probably like 15, 20 like pigeons that look like they're like roosting on the eaves of that building. It's probably like 4 stories up.
Okay.
And like sitting next to them, like in their midst, there's like a big old seagull. He's just like in the middle of them.
I see the bird.
What's he doing? Why is he there?
He's being a bird?
No, he would. He just kind of waves it
Wait,
off.
what was he doing?
Nah, he's like a big. He's not a pigeon.
Okay. Lauren's gonna cast speak with the animal. Yo, pigeon. What you doing?
Do you like walk over there?
Yeah, I walk over
We can
there.
get definitive
Okay.
answers to these questions.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so you can't speak with animal. You go, "What's up?"
Yeah, she's like, big one. What are you doing?
All the pigeons around are just kind of. They'll kind of like stir a little bit and start looking down at you, like, "Who's that? Who are you? What do you want? We're sleeping. What are you doing over here? What do you want?"
Why is there a big bird with you? Why's the big guy?
Do all the pigeons have a Boston accent? Is that what's going on?
They all kind of like bristle again, and they kind of look over to the seagull. The seagull's like just kind of like looking down at you, like looks over to them, looks back at you. Seagull does not answer, and the other pigeon's just like, "Hey, who the fuck are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? Huh? What the fuck are you doing here?" And like the two next to him are just like kind of like flapping and fluttering, getting kind of agitated. The seagull's like looking irritated, like stands up, kind of like walks up the roof a little bit, kind of sits down on the top of the roof, and just like looks down at them, looks down at you.
I'll go to the seagull and be like, hey, seagull, if you talk to me, I'll give you some bread.
He just kind of like cocks his head, looks at you again, looks back at the pigeons. The pigeons are still like, hey, you heard a lady, fuck off.
No, I want the seagull to talk to me. I'm getting mad suspicious about the seagull, and I kind of want to kill it. Washrog said he had different ways to find her. Who knows? Maybe there's a seagull now. And the fact that it's not talking, all the other birds are, like, I was making her a little.
Fireball.
I mean, there's a lot of voices coming out of the little flock of pigeons there. So yeah, they're definitely just kind of like, what do you want? What do you want? Hey, who are you? Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? Get out of
Even
here!
for bread, he's not going to talk to her?
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
He just kind of like cocks his head, looks down at you, and then kind of like stands up and flies off.
Shoot him.
I'm gonna shoot it.
You just hear, yeah, good riddance, get out of here,
I'm
fuck
gonna
you.
shoot the bird as it flies away.
What are you shooting him with?
Let's find out. What do I got? What do I got? I'll produce flame when you do it.
Nah.
Oh, space.
Trying to find a stat block.
I hope it's a familiar stat block. Actually, no, I hope it's not a familiar stat.
Is there a seagull stat block
I don't think
5e?
there is a single stat block. That's the problem.
There's birds.
There's birds.
We're mean to one specific bird.
I don't have anything to shoot it with. Never mind. I'll be like, Adler, shoot the pigeon. Shoot the seagull. I'm sketched out.
Okay, hang on. And he's like fumbling for his bow. Like, where are my arrows?
Here, can I use it real quick? She'll just grab it.
Are you proficient with a bow?
I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? I genuinely have no idea. What type of weapon is it?
I believe a short bow is a simple weapon.
Okay, I think I am. Because I'm proficient with, like, I think at least 2 or 3 different types of weapons.
Okay.
But my computer's really slow. Yeah, it's a simple. So.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll proficiency plus dex.
I'm so sketched up. My character's gonna be so paranoid for the remainder of my life until this is all fucking figured out.
I feel like you just start shooting and halfway through the sentence, Lauren, are you sure that's a good idea? Twang!
Is it it's proficiency plus dex?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be a 21.
21. Okay,
Yeah.
you're definitely hitting it.
Okay.
So yeah, so you're just like, all right, before this thing, give me your shit, and you just, and you hear the pigeons all go, oh shit, as this arrow flies into the air and connects with the seagull, and then you just see this like puff of smoke, and the arrow continues flying. And the seagull's like, oh my god, she fucking killed him. She fucking,
Wait,
did you
it turned
see
into
that?
a puff of smoke?
Yeah, it just,
Was a summon or a familiar or something of the like?
and you see the pigeons are all like, get the fuck out of here, she's crazy. They're,
Oh,
they're just like all fluttering away.
Lauren's panicking.
Lauren?
Oh,
I thought there was something weird about that bird.
Lauren, you just shot an arrow into a populated area. We should probably find where it landed.
Or we can pretend it never happened. Here, Adler, have a bow bag.
I don't want it. You take it.
She shoves it into her bag and holding a bow. Give me your arrows. What arrows? We have nothing.
You see the store owner like watching you through the door window, and then just lowers the shades. You hear the lock.
I'm gonna go see where that landed.
Okay.
Okay,
Happy.
I'll go with Burberry.
Thank you.
Okay. You're gonna follow Burberry.
Yeah, I'll follow Burberry.
Okay.
I just want to make
Um,
sure you didn't shoot someone random.
Okay.
I'll say heading in the direction of the arrow, you don't hear anything, which is probably a good sign or a very bad sign. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Lauren, are you looking or are you just
I'm looking.
Adlar roll assists, but he is drunk and disadvantaged.
Oh, is he assisting?
He's helping.
So 15 plus 9. So
13. I'm glad you went with me.
Yeah, I think you kind of like turn the corner on a side street and you see probably like 3 doors down from the corner.
Mhm.
there is a couple standing out front of their house looking at a broken window pane, like scratching their heads.
I'll go up and give him like 5 gold and be like, sorry about that. We had a misfire.
Can I fix your
You?
window?
Oh, no. Aloran's gonna lie. She's gonna say there was a drunken idiot with a bow, and we saw the arrow fly, and we decided to come look for it.
Okay, deception check.
Deception. Okay, so I was an 18, and I think my deception's a plus 30. What is my deception? Okay, so it's an unnatural 20.
Okay. I think you hear them say, oh my god, well, thank God nobody got hit, but yeah, that just came crashing through our window.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. That must have been scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here, let me assist with fixing it. So I'll help mend their window with all the mending.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
mending, I can do that.
Mending.
As long as I have the pieces, which would be a lot of picking up and putting it.
I mean, there's a bunch of pieces like in their living room that are just like all dropped to the ground, as well as the arrow, which is like in the dining table. And it probably takes you a decent chunk of time to like pick up everything and rebind it to the original pane of glass. And there's probably some like faint scratch / like chips in it from like the tiny slivers that you aren't really able to find everything, but you're mostly able to clean up the mess and repair the window. And
I apologize, it's not perfect, but it will serve for at least the night.
I mean, it's good enough. I mean, thank you so much, brother. I certainly have to make a donation tomorrow.
Of course, we
I'll
are
bet
here
I'm-
to help.
Much thanks. Thank you so much. And yeah, the woman is just like, I don't know what we would have done if we'd been eating even 10 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, you guys fix that up and head on your way and leave those two with a fixed window.
Lauren's kind of panicking, right?
Let's stick to spells next time.
I don't have spells for that.
You don't have any ranged spells?
Not that would have killed a bird.
Ask me next time.
Okay, got it. Well, it started flying away, so she was starting to be like, why is it not talking? Usually dumb animals freaking talk to me. Oh no.
They're usually quite chatty.
Yeah, they're very chatty. More so than I ever want them ever to be.
Maybe we shouldn't go the way today.
The way.
The way.
What way?
What? Yeah. Not computing.
Maybe you shouldn't get high tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I mean, we killed it though.
Yeah.
So the big bird's not going to come to us.
Adler, that was a familiar, and Lost
Because he was-
Shrog uses familiars to find people.
Oh, fuck.
Can I do
And it finally clicks. He's like, oh shit, do you think he's in town?
I don't know. I don't know how familiars
Oh,
work.
fuck.
Can I do
Okay,
like
give me my bow back.
Okay, she'll pop them out. Can I do like a perception check to see if I've seen like a big seagull like just randomly when I've been out and about in town?
Yeah, sure.
It's a nat 20 plus 9.
Oh shit.
Do I see the bird?
You have definitely seen seagulls
Okay.
in the past 3 weeks since
That's
you've been
fair.
back in town.
In a port town?
Yeah. I mean, there are seagulls everywhere. I will say with a nat 20, you think back and you actually remember
Oh no. Oh no!
The past
I guess the
couple of
seagulls are
nights.
coming home to roost.
The past couple of nights since probably like the day after you guys went to go meet with the Emerald Rail Company people. The day after that is when it started, and you do remember seeing just kind of weird, out of place seagulls in the evening while you were out drinking with Adlar and them. But you were drinking a lot and didn't really care much.
Okay, so how many nights of that has that been going on?
It would have been since the 27th.
Okay.
And it is currently the 29th.
Okay.
So it's been like 3 nights.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
Take it
it's a seagull tied to the changeling or something.
Yeah.
Or that guard that has
It's
magic.
either it's
Nah, there's just a familiar convention in town.
yeah. See, it's either that or it's Lost Sherrod.
Right.
So that does not fill Lauren with a lot of confidence.
Can I ask a weird Arcana question?
Yeah, sure.
So, the Ring of Scrying stops the individual from being scryed on, right?
The amulet?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if I was standing next to Lauren and somebody scryed on me, would a Lauren still be visible or no?
I believe.
Like, does it just stop the person from being the target of scrying,
You
or does
cannot
it
be
just...
targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Okay,
So-
so if she would not be visible, I'd be talking to no one in the scenario.
If you were scryed on, yes, you would be talking to nobody. If she was scryed on, the spell would just fail because she can't be targeted.
Right.
Interesting.
I hate those.
Like getting your data scrubbed.
Well,
So-
now you know to ask your divination spell tomorrow.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I do. I do. That's my divination spell.
I mean, technically, if you wanted to, you could cast it tonight.
True.
that's true.
Don't have it tomorrow, because...
Did you buy incense?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
go ahead and go back to the shop and buy more.
Will they let her in?
She's like, we're closed.
Like, I'm sorry. Please let me in. I'll give you a gold if you let me in. And I'll.
Persuasion check.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I think it's a 16 plus 5. So now I'm getting all my good rolls. This is
21.
bullshit.
Okay, you see the blinds like part as her little eyes are peeping out at you. She's just like, just tell me what you want. No, I'll pass through the door.
Just more incense, please.
Okay, they close and you're rummaging, and eventually the door cracks open. You see her hold out a hand for coin,
Okay, I'll give her the coin.
and then another hand pushes out the incense block. She's like, "All right, good night," and then closes it.
So how much incense do I have?
25 per casting is the
So-
gold pieces. So
Okay.
you would have bought
Well, it's
50.
no. It's you have to have incense in there, and then it's 25 gold worth of something. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 25 gold worth of incense.
No, we'll say it's in the interest of simplicity. If you want to track it as just incense, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
How much is one
incense-
piece of incense? Because I really want to know how much 25 incense is. It's like a cake of
Okay.
incense. Like,
It's probably like a good block of it. Because like Find Familiar takes 10 golds worth of incense.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So it adds up. So are we heading back to the Presidium? Are we heading back to Adlar's in room? Like, what are you guys doing?
I honestly think she'd probably have Adlar come back to the Presidium with her that night. Be like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I'm a little sketchy.
Sure.
I'm a little sketched out.
So you guys make your way back to the Presidium.
Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we would go and see if Dodo's there and go find like a new room for him. Because right now we know the familiar is not going to be there, so we can find a different place for him to stay without being found out instantly.
Oh, yeah, okay. That sounds serious. Let's go.
Yeah.
So he's there.
Poor Adlar. He's like, I just wanted to get drunk.
This is sketchy. So you'll re-room Doto at a different tavern.
Dodo and like
And
Adlar, if he wants to stay with Dodo, he can. Just watch over his friend. If not, he can. Or maybe I'll see if like I will get a sending stone to Gerald and be like, hey.
What's up, Gerald speaking.
I've been followed by a familiar. Is it okay if I board Dodo and Adlar at the Presidium? Because they definitely saw us, whoever it might be. Saw us all I think they've seen most of us together.
Well, I mean, Noel's girlfriend's been staying here for the past few days. I figured 2 more probably can't hurt.
I know Gideon probably hates me right now. So.
We'll talk to Gideon in the morning. I think it's fine if they stay the night.
Okay.
Yeah, just bring them over.
All right.
Ask forgiveness, not permission.
Good policy. So yeah.
Lauren's leery about Gideon's mad at her.
Heading back to the Presidium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adlar's definitely got his eyes open, watching the skies, despite his drunkenness. I think we're okay.
Oh yeah, I think it takes some time for them to redo that stuff, I think.
You can never be too careful with pirates.
Okay, it's not the time.
But we should be ready in case it is.
Yes.
And he's definitely he's got his bow and like an arrow in his hand, just in case.
Maybe carry the arrow in the back so that people don't look at us funny.
Oh, they can look all they like. But when I shoot another pirate out of the sky, then who's laughing?
Adlar, I stopped the freaking bird out of the sky.
It was my bow. I am claiming partial ownership of that kill.
No, I literally was the one that shot it.
You took I was going to, and then you took it from me.
Because you were too drunk to handle the
I
bow.
can shoot straight. You don't even know how drunk I can shoot. So you guys argue on your way back to the Presidium, get back into the fortress, and set up for this divination spell.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay.
technically, you could be as drunk as you want and still shoot, but will you hit anything? Probably not.
That's the question. All right, Burberry, since you're great with words, tell me, how should we phrase this divination spell?
What exactly are you trying to figure out?
In the past, I guess like it'd be like, has Lasharog sent a familiar to search for me, I guess?
Well, this is a future question.
Yeah, it's a future question. Divination's
Oh, okay. Well, Lasharog have seen, and then I'll talk us 3 together. Report type of thing, or
BB? No.
Will Lasharog set any plans in motion based on the information that he's seen in the last 3 days?
boom. That's what I ask.
Information he's seen in the last 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Noelle, you get your incense out. You get out.
You mean Lauren?
Lauren, excuse me. You get out your incense. You get
Noelle
out.
is incensed, not with incense.
Noelle is occupied.
Wait, is that the right word?
Incense offering.
My bad.
Sorry.
You set up your space in your room for this spell, and
Very good. That is what that means. My bad. I used the wrong word.
light your incense block. It gets very heady in here very quickly. Very, very strong and pungent smell.
I sneeze.
Can I open a window? I'll do it by the window to try to
Sure.
get it out.
A seagull lands on the window.
as you cast this spell and kind of take a deep breath of that incense, you blink and you find yourself in this like liminal smoky space. Like you don't feel Burberry or Adlar beside you. You don't like feel the stone floor beneath you. You're just in this warm haze. And you ask your question. And there is this sort of distant, throbbing strobe of light through the haze. And it flashes for a few moments before growing steady into a gentle beam on your face, and you hear the words, Lasharad continues to move, as he has been doing for some time now. And then you blink, and you are back in the room, surrounded by Burberry and Atlar. Okay, you guessed what happened. What was that?
And then I'll just relay what I was told. Well, Lauren's gonna see Alexi in the morning after she talks to Gideon in that uncomfortable conversation.
Cool. All right. Burberry, question. Are you casting divination now or in the morning?
I will be casting it whenever we're within a week of the convention.
Okay, sure.
Well, with the way you worded it, I'm not sure we have to.
I mean, it said like it only maxes out in a week, and if the event that is planning on happening is going to happen at the convention, then it would probably be better to do it because he could change his mind after that. It's not fixed in stone, except for the
cast it more than once
7
too.
days. It's true.
So you can cast it now to see if he's like been persuaded, and if not, we can try see again.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd be down to just see if our intervention on with Mr. Yafel was enough to get Amelia barred from the convention or something to that effect.
Maybe not barred, but at least.
Okay.
If we were going to do it sooner, I would say, what reaction did he have based on, or once he heard the information, the research information that he received regarding Amelia?
What reaction will he have?
Yeah, like, or did he change his mind regarding deals with her after hearing information?
Something to that effect. Should be fine. Because yeah, we got a while still until the actual event, so we can read divination later if we need to.
Okay. So Burberry, you'll set up your own divination circle, burn your incense. The room is very, very thick with the smell of competing scents.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm doing mine outside, thanks.
Okay, fair enough. You
And
get outside.
I think Burberry actually casts it out of his book. Like,
Okay. You take that deep breath, and next time you open your eyes, you find yourself in another place, and it is a familiar sight. You find yourself in a very, very hazy sort of facsimile of that sort of draped tent where you last spoke with Sturg Modling. And through the haze of incense, you can see Sturg sitting on a very large cushion across from you. Hair cut short, eyes kind of wide and piercing under a heavy brow. and he has what looks like a cup of tea in his hand and looks extremely surprised to see you.
I seem very happy.
Hi, Burberry.
It worked. Oh, it's
Is that you?
Yeah, it's really nice to see you again. I figured out how to talk to you. Uh, you have like a way to look forward a little bit, right?
And like he's basically just for flavor purposes, he's
Sure.
doing this the first time and
Yeah.
figuring
He's like,
himself out.
oh, it's that. Okay. He'll set the cup down. Yeah, I've seen this done a few times.
I'm really bad at it though, so you could only do it for 2 days.
Well, yeah, if you want to give it a shot, I'll tell you what I see.
Yes. So a few days ago, we attempted to intervene to the plans of, I forgot her name.
Amelia.
Amelia, of a woman named Amelia, and she is trying to pull a scam on the head of the train association, Majiggy.
Real.
I know, right? So we attempted to intervene by letting them know the truth, but we're not sure if it worked or not. So do you think you could tell us if our attempt to sway his mind away from that was successful or not? Or will be successful or not?
I think as you've been talking, you've watched as his eyes have begun to shine with this very, very like bright and increasingly brighter light, and you see his body kind of starting to tremble.
Calculated.
And yeah, he's like, to clarify, you're asking about whether or not this will have worked in the next few days?
Yes, yes, or if it has worked, but I don't think you could look back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that. Oh, and you just see him throw his head back, this like light shooting out of his eyes, and he's just like shaking, like he's having the world's most violent seizure.
Oh God! What do you do for spiritual entity whenever they're having a bad? Because I feel like he's seen something like not exactly like this, but maybe similar to this from Aloran. So he's panicking.
Aloran literally just like took a breath, and there was like.
Oh no! I meant the seizure, not the.
Oh yeah, no, she has not done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Sturd just like shakes for probably like 3 seconds before. Oh wow. Okay, that was a lot at once. I he's looking into it. It looks like. But it also looks like he's in meetings with this Amelia as well. I'm not sure that was enough to dissuade him. Or them, I guess.
Thank you very much. It was lovely seeing you.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of, and you're like pulled away, and
he lands and he just goes, "Gen."
Yep. You're back in the courtyard outside the Presidium, surrounded by thick incense smoke.
Am I by myself?
I think if you were gonna do it, I'd probably have gone with you.
Yeah.
Fully grabs your like the straps of your thing and like goes. It's just time.
That's exciting. I saw a little light.
Oh, I haven't talked to him since but wait, nothing bad's about to happen, right? I haven't talked to him since right before something absolutely terrible happened, and it wasn't any pressure at all. And
Like, and he just basically does the equivalent of if you meet your favorite writer for 15 minutes. Like,
Fair. Okay.
and he looks so good, but he was by himself this time, but there's no socks. And wait, there's no, why are there no socks? But he was by himself, and it's not like
What's up?
She's like, are you rolling for seagulls? Are you rolling for seagulls?
Can I roll a perception for seagulls?
Go for it.
For sketchy ass.
Little did you know, Plet's just rolling dice over there with like no reason. He's just like, if I do this, I'm gonna
Just to
be
creep out
paranoid.
of Lauren.
Yeah, he's working. It's working. 9 plus 9.
9 plus 9.
Yeah.
My
Sure.
other DM used to do that. We would hate it because every time we did it, we all flare up.
Yeah, I'm just every time I hear it roll, I'm just like, stop.
There's just a cutscene of a seagull like sitting somewhere on a roof, going like,
Yeah, you look around very quickly, realizing like, oh yeah, we're out in the open, exposed, but you don't see any birds flying overhead right now. I will say you will also see Adlar standing off to the side of all of this. He has also been very ardently like watching the skies, bow in hand.
Oh, poor Adlar.
And he'll kind of glance over to you and just kind of shake his head like, no, nah, I haven't seen anything either.
How sober is Adlar now?
After walking all the way back to the Presidium, he's definitely a lot more on it than he was earlier. So
I was just curious if he had sobered up at all.
quite a bit. So I think on that, we should probably take our break here.
Okay.
We convene in like 10 minutes and continue from there.
All right, switching break.
Good.
All right, Stream's back.
Oh, wow, I'm really bad with words today.
Clark?
Yes. Is Clark back?
I believe he is. I just saw him on mute.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay. Johnny also is unmute unless she is eating and slurping.
Yeah.
My audio comes through Jacob's.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, so that's why we're not getting doubling. Gotcha.
Yep. So, picking up, Aloran and Burberry have just performed a couple divination spells. Got some slightly troubling answers to their burning questions.
Yep.
Not like our two things are going to coincide and destroy us both at the same time.
Oh man, if Lashrog is working with Amelia.
That would be a fucking twist.
That would be. Holy shit.
I have decided piracy is the best use of my sense.
I decided to go full on evil.
You see, he's a sea pirate. I'm a land pirate, also known as a bandit.
Okay.
And with our powers combined, we can.
Land and sea. So, what are we doing now?
Assuming Burberry would let Noelle know the answer to this.
I probably wouldn't let you know until noon. You probably want to sleep in.
I thought it was the night.
It is night.
I'll probably tell you in the morning because you're probably busy.
Fair enough.
Lord, would you like to go drinking?
God, would I ever? How about we do it here? I have booze and just start pulling out booze.
Are we supposed to drink?
Oh, in here? Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We should be totally A-okay.
Cool.
You feel like frantic, like against your leg.
The hand.
Go bop a bottle down there for Burr.
Yes.
Adlar is just like, what?
Oh no, I think I'll be like, hey Adler, look over there! And then like bop it.
Good distraction.
Is it a bird?
No. It's your
Just
dumb
get rid of the D and you'll be right.
That's hostile. Anyways, anything else for tonight?
I think we're good.
All right.
I think well, would Gerald come and like find her or anything? Real quick.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Hey, Lauren.
Yeah.
I just rolled con saves for myself. And I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Y'all getting drunk.
I'm gonna drink, thank God I still have that hangover cure.
Gerald finds us downstairs
In the Great Hall.
in the Great Hall, just fucking wasted.
Okay, wow.
Hey,
I did not know you guys were home.
Hey, Lauren.
Wow.
Whoa.
Out of character, make a deck save.
Okay.
Is
So
this working now?
A
Yeah, I can
3
hear you.
Oh,
plus
okay.
3.
I don't know what happened, but my mic stopped working for like apparently the last half hour or something.
You get lesser restoration because Burberry touches you.
No! Hi, Gerald. I'm completely fucking sober now.
Yeah, probably good. You said you found a familiar, you said?
Oh, yeah. I casted a divination spell, so if it's a little stanky in here, my bad. I'll do it outside next time.
A divination smell.
I don't know. I talked to a god, and they told me that Lost I've been on the move this entire time.
Oh,
And I wanted to pretend it wasn't happening, so here we are. Well, now I'm alive again, so.
Okay, that's definitely concerning.
Yep.
You guys good?
I'm great.
she's a liar. Liar face.
I'm fine. fine.
You're fucked is more like.
She's freaking out like a little bit.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Hey, I found that bird.
And I shot the bird with your bow because you couldn't even shoot it.
I was going to.
Were you? It was flying away.
Yeah, Gerald's definitely like, okay, well, suppose that was him. Do you have a plan?
Sorry, I was in the middle of.
I think her plan is to drink more.
that one. Right now, that one.
Okay, I will find you in the morning then.
Now I have to get back on y'all's level because I'm completely sober. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do right now, Gerald. And
I'm just gonna throw this out here for you, Chani. I'm pretty sure Lesser Restoration is also a spell on your list.
Oh my god, is it?
Maybe.
I didn't think it was.
Oh yeah, it's the default on the druid list.
Oh. Make a dex save. She's doing it to. Was it Burr that did it to her, or was it Barry?
Of course, it was Burr.
Okay.
But he's finding.
They'll be like,
Apparently, he finds.
Look over there, and then she'll.
I don't know what passing would be in your land. But
What's your spell save DC?
Pretty good right now, I think.
it's an 18.
Oh, I think you're gonna pass that.
You just poke into an empty spot at the cup.
She'll use it on Adlar.
This is the best, be like the best worst use of the spell ever.
Would you do that?
Because I need someone to get drunk with me again.
God, that completely took me out of it.
Yeah, now you know how I feel. Now you understand why I run away like a crazy person.
I mean, it sucks, but you are kind of overreacting.
He gets fucking death glare.
Never mind.
I'll go drink by myself. Sorry.
Oh my god.
No! You could take me. No, wait, no, you can't take me with you. Oh, can I borrow that glass that the guy lent you? That'd probably be good. Yeah.
Oh, you mean this one? This one? No. Should have thought about that before you did this to me.
And that's why I rolled a 5.
She'll toss you the mug as she's walking away. I'm just kidding. She sits back down. She's like, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else for tonight, then I think we'll fast forward to tomorrow morning, the 30th.
Add yourself 3 gold, Lauren, and give Adlar 2 because I'm gonna get so drunk and I'm gonna challenge you both to Dragon Ante and I'm gonna lose horribly. Not on purpose. That's just what's gonna inevitably happen.
Adlar rolls good at 3 Dragon Ante, so he's he'll take your money.
I rolled a 9.
Just it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Adlar got 16, so you get the 2.
I did the 3 because I'm paying for you this entire time. So mine.
Yeah, no, I feel like at this point, Burberry's far enough that like whenever he draws cards, he keeps accidentally dropping them, so you just see what's in his hand.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So, morning of the 30th. Everybody wakes up. Long rest complete. What are you doing?
Drinking hangover cure.
Well, Lauren's gonna go see Alexa right early. Oh, actually, no. She's gonna go talk to Gerald, talk to Gideon with Gerald, and hide behind him, and then go talk to Alexi.
Okay.
Oh, she'll turn into a spider on top of Gerald and be like, "You talk to him for me."
You know he still sees you even when you're a spider, right?
Yeah, she can't talk and offend him more. So
Oh. That didn't stop you last time. This rude gestures.
What are you telling Gerald? Track him down in the morning. Like, hey, morning, what's up?
good morning.
Yeah. So how are we doing now? Think we got a better plan, or
Oh, I was supposed to be thinking of a plan. That's right.
right? No plan.
Well, what? I don't know what plan. I mean, I have my plan that's been doing so far is these guys, and I think that's probably good that I did that, because now that he's seen everyone, he can scry on everybody, but he can't see them or scry on them, so he can't get any more information about them.
Right.
And then they'll be invisible if they scry on somebody else. So, so I don't know really where to go from here. I feel like best case scenario is to ask Saren to go back to the village after I kill another seagull or whatever bird he chooses next, and tell her to stay there out of Freeport. Probably potentially send Adlar home after that too, so that he can't find them here if he is on his way here.
Sure.
Go,
Yeah, clear out town.
Yep. Clear everybody out so no one can get hurt. We'll be
Makes
gone.
sense. Well, once he does show his face, at least we can throw down on this. So,
yeah,
keep us posted.
I'll do my best. Hopefully he doesn't just kidnap me in the night. Sips broth.
Do your best to avoid that.
I'll try.
Cool. So what's happening with Gideon?
Oh, you said you wanted to talk to Gideon last night?
Did I?
Yeah. You were like, we can talk to Gideon in the morning. You were the one that brought it up.
Oh, about the divination thing. Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to leave you to do the talking, and I'll just be like a little spider on your back. So I'm there, but like...
Okay.
I can't say...
I don't know what you asked, so I can't really...
Okay, this is what I asked. And then she'll just say it and be like... And then I'll be a spider on your back so I don't piss off Gideon any more than I already have. So then I can't talk.
Sure. Okay. What follows is a very awkward conversation with Gideon
fine.
just staring up at the spider on Gerald's head the whole time while Gerald's talking to him. And I think what comes out of that is that like Gerald conveys, it's like, yeah, I wanted to ask because you would know better than I would with regards to that sort of magic. How reliable is that? And he was like, well, it tends to come from the divine, so pretty reliable, but that can vary depending on the wording. What did she ask? He's still staring up at you, and he'll repeat what you said.
Okay, fine. Lauren will pop out a spider for him. Like, fine. This is what I said. She feels bad for Gerald at this point.
Okay. Gideon does not really bat an eye to any of that, and he just listens and says, well, that's, in my eyes, is a very vague question. He could be moving on any sort of plan, and not necessarily anything pertaining to you.
I said as a result from the information that he got.
That could be anything.
In the past 3 days, that's fair. That's fair. So should I just ask specifically about myself? Is he going to move on the information he found out about me? Just reword it like that?
That would be clearer and more to the point of your concern, I think.
Okay. Do you have any other suggestions for what I asked?
Just be precise in what you're asking for. The less vague and the more concrete your question, the more guidance they have in their brief window into the future. So, this is the pirate cultist.
Yes, Lasheron.
Yeah.
Sir Varys is in the prison.
If Gerald did not say it already, please keep us posted on that development. We can't do much about this Courtemanche woman, but Lasheron we can do something about.
Okay.
Good luck. I'll leave you to it.
I think Lauren will stay behind for a second and let Gerald walk out.
Okay.
Like, I'll be there in a second.
Okay.
And she'll just be like, she'll apologize to Gideon and be like, I was just messing around, but I think I took it a little too far, so I apologize. And I will leave you be.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And she will just awkwardly walk out of the door.
Sure. He'll leave you to it. So, what's happening today?
The only thing I would want to do is update Alexi, so that's my only other thing, unless. But I know Kat wants to talk to Pete and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just let Noelle know that
Oh, that's
the
terrible.
update on the thing.
But thank you for doing that.
Hold on. Of course.
I do actually have an idea then of how to proceed, knowing this. But I'd say I need to find Barnaby then.
I believe Barnaby is by the beach again.
I'll go take a look.
You know, if he's there for another 30 days, he might learn to speak fish.
I think you might already know.
All right. So Noelle heads out of the Presidium to look for Barnaby, where he is fishing.
Barnaby. Come here.
Come
Come here, Barnaby.
I ain't a cat. I got ears, you know.
You weren't responding.
You gotta shake his treats back.
Is it just filled with shrimp?
That's a Barnaby snack.
It's a thing of bagged gumbo.
Oh, I was thinking like dried shrimp.
That would work too.
I mean, I'm not going to turn down dried shrimp.
I don't have any dried shrimp for you. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Maybe it's shrimp crackers.
I didn't even get my hopes up.
Question for Barnaby.
Yes.
If, say, I needed your help getting into a locked drawer, would you be able to do that?
I mean, I could shoot it.
Well, I'd like it to be quieter than that. But I know you have a lot of tools on you, and you have that crazy tool we gave you.
Lauren has a chime of opening.
Does that make a lot of noise?
It goes ding.
Cast silence and use it.
I don't have sounds.
Oh. Never mind. Okay.
That's actually a good
What?
question. Would chime of opening work if
Oh, wait, no,
if it was
Burberry
in
cast, that's
silence?
Burberry cast silence when you guys used it. That's right.
I cast it
What-
the very first time, but I
Would the chi-
abandoned it.
Would the chime of opening work if he was in a zone of silence?
Nothing in the description implies it doesn't.
I don't think the magic requires the sound. I
Yeah.
think it's like it's like knock, where it's like it does this. Also, it makes a loud bang.
Nah, you just stuff a bunch of cotton up into the chimes.
The chime issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound cannot reach the object.
Oh.
The sound has to be able to reach the object.
Okay, I was gonna say I was pretty sure it required the sound.
Well, never mind.
Well, I will at least start with Barnaby here. And
I mean,
ask
my
if he's-
tool can do that. That's what you're talking about.
That is what I'm talking about. You think you could potentially get into a locked drawer with that thing?
Depends whose locked drawer it is. Ain't gonna be mine.
No.
You stay out of my drawers.
I've no interest in your drawers.
Good.
Like the idea that he's a unlocking mechanism just to pick his own locks. No, I don't carry the key to that one.
Oh,
That's real private.
I was going to say, Barnaby, I had a thought based on what Burberry told me this morning, which is that apparently Mr. Yafel is still talking with my mother. that perhaps somewhere in Mr. Yafel's desk or the desk of his secretary, there exists a way to contact Amelia. And I could get one person in and out alongside myself.
All right.
So if you'd be willing to
And I
help,
take it you want me to be that person and then pick the lock and do what you need to do.
if you're willing.
You think you can get this big old clanker of me in there quiet like, then sure, why not?
I think it wouldn't take more than a few seconds.
Do you think it'd
Well,
be
then let's
possible?
get to it so I can go back to
Well,
fishing.
we're going to do it tonight. So you can continue fishing.
Do you think it'd
Alright.
be possible to infuse armor with silence spell?
There's armors like that
Yeah.
make no noise.
Yeah.
Probably expensive. I will say, Lauren, does that chime require attunement?
No.
Okay. I would probably... I would probably ask to borrow it just in case.
She give
Since
it to you.
I assume we would all know what stuff we have on hand, so...
Yeah.
Okay,
You could take it.
cool. I will borrow the chime.
I have a weird idea that I would like to pursue on my own whenever you're done with your.
My whole thing will probably be after everybody else done their stuff today, so... Whoever wants to go next can go.
I go back to fishing.
I would like to cast divination again.
Okay.
This time I'll talk to Sturk because he'd probably find this funny.
Derek or Bosley?
Sturk
Okay.
or Bojlik, sorry, you're right.
Because you'd already talked to Sturk.
Bojlik. And I would like to inquire on the times that What's His Nuts has meetings with What's Her Face in the next 4 days.
When will they be meeting?
Like what times?
Okay.
Or like, does she have any appointments with him?
Let me check my notes. Are you talking about Mr. Yafel, the finance guy? Okay. And today is the 30th.
Yes.
Presumably.
So in the next 7 days. Yeah, I mean, Bojlik is excited to see you, and he's like, "Yeah, Sturk told me that you could do this now. This is crazy." Oh, you have a question? Okay. Oh shit! Like shoot out of his eyes. And he comes to in a few seconds. Just oh wow, that's a rush. Yeah, they were in meetings together. There's a bunch of people. Looks like they're going to be together for a few days. A few days from now. Looks like the 2 days from now. It looked like.
So the 32nd.
Yeah, they've got a few days of meetings.
What time? Like of day.
Oh, it looked like most of the day.
All day. Okay. What time are they like starting? Like the sorry, I meant like what specific time are they supposed to be meeting together at the beginning?
You are getting real specific with this, aren't you?
I said specifically. I said what times are they meeting? And you said all day. It's like, that's not a
10:08
time.
a.m.
I mean,
Not a time. You told me a time slot. A very big time slot.
that is when they are meeting. Okay, I'm going to go back to the text divination here. Technically, the answer should be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or omen, and you are getting much more than that. You are being told they will be meeting starting on the 32nd for a few days, and it looks like all day.
Fine. Just try to be clever, but I guess I don't get to.
You get what I give you as the DM.
Get out of here,
Yeah,
Lost
I'm just gonna spend like the next day or tomorrow. I'm just gonna be like, all right.
So can we clarify? When do they start their meetings?
Look for a clock while you're viewing the vision.
God, it was like spinning. It's like they were there all day. Weird. So
Well, it's okay. In the spirit of my patron, I will adapt.
cool. So, Brewery cast divination and get some clarification on Yafel's schedule. What are the rest of you doing?
All day.
Lauren will also cast divination. Since we're doing it, we'll just get it out of the way for the day.
Okay.
She will ask pretty much the same question, but she'll be more specific as if it revolves around her or people she knows.
So is Lashra going to be coming for you specifically based
For
off of what
me
he's
or
learned?
any of my.
Okay. And again, you're taken to that hazy space, the light in the distance flashing against your face. And the answer that you receive, the distant voice answers you and says, Lashrog presently seems quite occupied in Daggermore. It does not appear that he will be in Freeport within the next 7 days.
Okay,
That's a good answer.
that makes me feel better. She'll relay that to.
However, his army will.
Whom I failed to mention are sailing this way. No. Yeah, you get this answer from Allison, and it does not sound like he is moving against you anytime soon. So, Gerald is heartened by that. That's much better news than what you heard yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Good.
Um,
Still keep us posted. That hasn't changed. If anything changes, because we can do something about it.
Lauren can't reply to him. So.
Sure. So, anything happening today?
She'll probably let Adler know that it wasn't them.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But that means somebody else is watching you.
Yeah, I think I know who that is.
Watching you.
And you're cool with that one?
That one doesn't terrify me as much.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just leave that one as just cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
It should be fine. It should be fine. But she'll look around for this weird bird again.
He'll take that cue and look as well.
Well, that's not first roll, bad roll. Let's go. 4 + 9, 13. Do I see a bird?
Looking overhead, there's no birds over the Presidium. But Adlar does not take that as a good omen necessarily. He climbs the broken stairs up onto the wall, and he just kind of like looks out over the dunes. Lauren, he beckons to you.
Okay.
And once you get up onto the wall, you can look over the parapets. He points out towards some of the sand dunes in the distance. And you can see that there are some like long-legged little like beach birds that are kind of like skittering around on top of the dunes, just kind of pecking around. And he just kind of leans in. Birds.
Called pippins.
I'd be like,
Or they could be herons.
I think they're
They're
far
little.
enough
Or plovers.
away.
Oh.
We'll be okay, but just so that I know it's you, and you know it's me, we're gonna work out a phrase together to say to each other.
What?
Okay, one of the people that's potentially following and stuff is a changeling, so they can look like you, talk like you.
Instead, you
So-
could do a secret handshake where you just grab his balls.
I mean, he'll never see it coming.
No, see, I feel like a secret handshake is like,
You can watch
It
someone
has to
do
be-
that.
yeah.
You think that changeling is gonna sit there and let her grab her balls?
You grab each other's balls.
That's our new greeting.
And Lars,
Let's just keep it consistent. We'll either all do passwords or all do ball grabs. We just have to pick.
Barnaby does not consent to this one.
Passwords it is.
That's right. It's funny.
Feel
In
it,
your
Barnaby.
case, they'll grab your gumballs.
Adlar, have you seen a doctor
Barnaby
recently?
still
A
does not
weird
like
lump
this.
is missing. You caught me. I am the changeling.
I don't know. She'll figure out like a secret word with Adlar.
You want to give him another Barnaby finger?
No, I feel like maybe like some stupid strain of marijuana because, well, no, because they might know. I guess something. Oh no. We'll talk about churches or something because we're such church people.
Something you never.
We'll just
talk
start. Oh yeah, we'll just be like, Adlar, you know what we never talk about? Gods. Just start talking about God. Like, just mention a god when you see me, and I'll mention a god when I see you, sort of thing.
Okay. I guess.
What? Do you have a better idea? We
I
never
don't-
talk about that shit.
No, we don't. It's just weird.
Yeah, exactly. So then you'll know it's me, and you're not like, oh, this is somebody. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. I guess. Sure. Yeah, God stuff.
Yeah.
Alice be with you.
This is the
Ugh.
way.
He just kind of like grimaces. We say that all the time. That doesn't count. It's not a password.
I just love the idea of, hey, Adlar, you know the perfect way to figure out if it's me or not? If I act like me or if I don't act like me.
That's fair.
It's not. If I don't act like myself, then it's me.
All right. Well, that's it.
Okay.
Lauren will just keep an eye out for a bird if she goes into town.
Are you going into town?
No, I'd probably find Noelle if she's in the Presidio and let her know that I've been followed, but it's not by Lost Sharon. So probably one of.
Probably either that caster guard you found or Sandy. Good to know. I'll keep my eyes out.
Am I needed for anything today? From anyone?
Not to my knowledge.
Cool. All right. Then I would like to go to the Elven district and practice on my Elvish some more.
Ooh, I'll join Burberry for that.
Okay. Sure. So you guys head to Little Sarah Shore.
Does Adlar come with me?
Yeah, sure.
No, he's not allowed to come with me.
Where do I go?
Fine.
Should I just go hide in a hotel with Doto? Like, what am I doing?
Did Dodo want to come?
Actually, I probably should go check on Doto.
Did we want to invite Dodo to the Elvish district?
No, because she's not supposed to learn Elvish with Adlar because it's a prank for Adlar. It's a long haul prank.
I did not realize that this was happening.
Yeah. She was like, "Ooh, I'll join you," and then she's like, "Never mind, never mind."
Well, I will go and practice.
So you,
my
Doto?
Yeah.
Let's go check on Doto. Okay, let's go check on Doto. So Burberry goes off on their own to Little Sarah Shore.
If you would like, I can take Dodo with me so you guys can have some alone time.
I feel like if you offer that, Lauren would give a look at Adlar like, and then back at you like, what?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's called a platonic relationship. You should look it up.
I don't think
Yeah,
Lauren knows
that's
how to do those kinds of
what
relationships.
we have, buddy. Totally what we have. So, like, why?
I'm checking insight on Adler.
He's like looking at you like, what was that?
Yeah, no, she's looking at him like, what the fuck is that? So she's gonna roll. She's definitely gonna do insight on that. Alright, so that is a 10 plus 6.
Adlar seems genuinely confused by what Burberry just said.
Well, Lauren's like,
Well, because you've been hanging out with Dodo for the last couple of days, right? And I know that Dodo's still working on feelings and stuff. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to just hang out with just y'all. Wait, have y'all been doing that? I haven't been around much.
yes.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, I think so. You and Adler are gonna go check on Dodo, or
Yeah.
does Burberry? Do you want to take Dodo? Like, what's the plan there?
I was offering to take him, but if there's not actually need for it, then that's fine. However, Lauren will get a
A what?
Boo.
as a whisper.
What do you mean, boo?
You are no fun.
What do you mean? Lauren.
I had high expectations of you, Lauren, and you've dashed them to pieces.
What did you expect?
I would show you, but that would require my hands and a circular motion and a finger going in and out.
With Adler? She look at Adler like, what?
He's looking at you like, what are you doing? You're like whispering to yourself. I'm just going to go, okay, and scout for birds. So he'll leave. You guys can follow at whatever distance.
I'd love to watch him leave.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Okay. And you guys are heading into town, eventually breaking off Burberry, heading for Little Sarah Shore, and Lauren catching up to Adlar. And yeah, when you reach him, he will definitely like point like overhead. Be like, look, but like don't look. There are more birds.
I feel like Lauren's just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and be like, there are birds everywhere.
Yeah, but these are weird. Look.
She'll just like stretch and look.
So you can see there's like a flock of seagulls like not too far like off to your left, kind of like flying over Fort Franco. And among them, you can see standing out very weirdly, there is a blackbird just kind of circling amongst their midst. It's weird. It's a weird bird.
I feel like Lauren's gonna climb a building and be like, do you want to talk or something, man? Like, you know, take a picture, it lasts longer. She's just yelling at this bird.
You like just climb onto the nearest roof. It's like a rancher's house.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing up there? You're like yelling at this bird. And it continues to just kind of circle with that flock of seagulls. It does not acknowledge
The
you.
newspaper in the morning. Local train goes mad over birds.
Hey, get down off of my barn.
She'll hop over to a different room.
Hey, get off of my barn. Yeah, that raven is not reacting to you in any way. It is just continuing its distant circling path with the seagulls.
I don't know, let's go see if it follows us. And she'll be like, grab his hand and like dash down the street.
Okay, so you guys continue heading into town.
Yeah.
And before long, you do see that raven break off from the seagulls and start just kind of flying high overhead.
I probably would have prepared a spell for this. Let me check. Oh my God, I forgot it. My camera's on. Sorry for that.
Oh, and out of character, I imagine that we are doing the finger thing whenever we see each other from the get-go.
Oh, the finger. Yeah.
Just glazing over that.
The
You
password,
guys are
yes.
fingering each other every time you see
The
each other. Got it.
password.
Good to know.
Pass on that.
That came off so bad. I was like, the finger thing. Oh my. Oh my god.
Every time I meet up with Noelle, just to be sure, I check her fingers.
Who is saying this?
That's play it. I wouldn't say such a foul thing.
Or would you?
No.
Barnaby,
It's
who are
her
you talking to?
Oh, you know, God.
There are a few of those.
Wow, that's usually a me move. Anyway, moving on.
So what are you looking for?
I don't think I really have a lot of like ranged.
You don't have like a flame attack something? There's other.
There was like flame arrows, but that doesn't really work. Ice knife could potentially hurt other people.
It's a bird
Yeah, it's a
up in
bird.
the air.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, ice knife only like if you hit it with it, it's only gonna shatter in the air. Like, so
Might
it's
kill
like-
other birds.
Oh no!
It is only a range of 60 feet, though, and that raven is definitely not within 60 feet.
All right, I'll get closer to the raven.
It is up in the air. How are you getting there?
Okay, if I'm right below the raven,
She
how
jumps.
far away?
He is a few hundred feet up.
If you don't care about your spell slots, you could polymorph into a giant eagle and eat it.
I already used my divination spell today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The fact that that's the thing that's stopping you, from using a level 4 spell, that could possibly be
Still
just a
familiar.
Or just like
regular bird.
bat it with your wing, frankly.
That's fucking great.
Giant eagle spotted
Well,
above the city.
While
today.
you continue to walk into town with Adlar, watching this raven follow you to distance, what is the rest of the party doing?
Elvish.
Fish until the time comes.
All right. So more elvish proselytizing.
I think I'll just work on Elvish. I will like work things into conversations if I do get into them,
Okay.
but like since they already heard it yesterday, and it's probably a pretty good amount of same people, we'll just do regular practice.
I'll say, give me an intelligence check to see how well your independent study goes.
You know what? I'm gonna burn my inspiration on this.
Oh shit.
Might as well.
Got it in the wings. Rolls worse.
Inspiration.
You said intelligence?
Yep.
11.
11. Okay. We'll call that half a day of progress. It's still not the easiest language in the world to speak, and when you don't have Noelle right there, kind of like correcting pronunciation, you do find yourself kind of slipping a little bit. It's like, oh shit, how am I supposed to say that? Ugh.
It probably
Right.
doesn't help that my mouth is also shaped a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's just it's tricky. It's a tricky language to speak and learn, and you do a commendable job with your month of study.
I probably get laughed at a few times, but that's okay.
You do not. I think most of the people that you talk to are just kind of like, oh wow, it's so rare to meet someone who takes the time to actually learn Elvish, right?
Most people just cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, it's hard. So, the elves that you do talk to are more than willing to talk for a little bit. It's like walking into like Chinatown and like talking to anybody in any amount of Chinese. They're always just like, oh my god, you speak Chinese? That's amazing. So
Oh, you speak some Chinese. Okay, well, you're trying.
you're trying still. That's commendable. So yeah, decent day out and about. Okay. I will say, Berber, with your passive perception, while you are out in Little Sarah Shore, you would probably notice the occasional odd bird flitting about overhead. Ravens amidst flocks of pigeons, or a seagull, kind of just flying alone over the park, doing a few circles before sitting down on a nearby roof. I will also say that while you are sort of milling about in town, there are a couple times over the course of the day where you're kind of working your way through a crowd, and then you kind of double take and look back, and are like, I could have sworn I saw that guy like an hour ago, right? It's like there's a human who gives you that feeling, and there's an elvish man who gives you that feeling, and then whenever you look back for them, like you can't pick them out of the crowd again. But you definitely are getting weird flashes of deja vu, like you are passing the same people multiple times over the course of the day.
Come back to me in like after the next pet person.
Okay. Lauren, did you figure out how you're going to kill the bird?
Nope.
Cool. Anybody else got anything?
I literally have like no long range spells.
The druid's downfall.
Yep.
Rage.
You do have a
come.
non-drunk Adlar with you now.
Yeah, but then they're still firing an arrow in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And that didn't go well last time.
I don't know if I want to shoot an arrow up into the sky, into a bird that's not going to stay a bird.
Yeah, Lauren's not even gonna ask him to do that with what happened last time. Now that she goes at Slosh Rock, she's not as... She's, like, concerned, but, like...
What time do the ferries stop running in Freeport? Over to
Sundown.
Sundown? Alright, well, we'd need to head over to that side of town after sundown, but I assume we're not there yet, so... Or before
After sundown or before
Before
sundown?
sundown, sorry.
Okay. I mean, unless anybody has anything else they need to do during the day, we can skip up to that.
With the whole familiar people thing, I feel like I would just start trying to mess with anyone that might be following me by doing really dumb shit.
Okay. What kind of dumb shit?
Oh, like having a picnic in the middle of a park, and then immediately afterwards going to some sort of weird kitschy shop. Then like just little like
Just meandering.
acting like I could not be less concerned.
Okay, sure. I think that's more than doable, and you have yourself a lovely afternoon shopping and picnicking. So, Noelle, Barnaby, you guys are wanting to head across the bay to Woodhall.
Yep.
Yeah. Easy enough to grab
me.
and make your way to the opposite bank. It takes about an hour. Do you guys want to get like the last ferry across the river, or you want to get there earlier?
We can do the last ferry, I think.
Cool. Okay.
Can I keep my eye out for seagulls too, or birds following us, I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
I was
Give me a
informed about
perception
this potentiality. God. 10.
10. You do probably see that there's a handful of seagulls that like are kind of flying in the wake of your ferry as you guys cross the channel.
Look, Barnaby, birds.
What about
Oh, they're pretty.
them? I mean, I guess.
And we continue.
Cool. Eventually the ferry docks and you guys disembark into the Gibbous Key, and you know the way to the Emerald Rail Company executive offices. What are you wanting to do here? What's
Well,
the
we're going to have to
plan?
kill some time until everything closes down in there. So we'll probably just kind of... I imagine, given that we kind of have to stay here tonight, is there any small tavern we could investigate getting a room at? Because we can't ferry back tonight, so... we're kinda stuck.
Yes.
Although I could sending to Lauren if she's free tonight. And just have her give us a ride, I guess. If she wants.
Yeah, I can. But I am currently being followed, so he would probably get a message saying that I'm being followed.
Right. All right. I'll. Well, that would be hours from now anyway.
Yeah.
We'll get somewhere to stay. I'm sure it's inexpensive.
Okay.
Just in case.
There's a decent number of options here, and they range in quality.
We'll just
If you
do
want to get
something
real
real
fancy,
cheap and cheapo.
okay, real cheapo.
Not
Hot
like,
pot
a
house.
slum, but just something that, is the average traveler's going to go to.
Sure. So Hot Pot House is an extremely large, popular hobgoblin-run tavern in Woodhull. Massive, like, eating hall, like very, very long. It's got kind of like a longhouse sort of structure to it. And then the second floor is like just entirely just rooms that kind of open up onto a balcony that overlooks this thick, steamy sort of ramen house kind of vibe. It smells great, and it's super crowded and loud, but
Sure, that works.
yeah,
How
lots
much?
of food. That's going to be pretty cheap. That'll be 5 silver.
Okay.
Oh man, that's really breaking the bank.
Yeah, modest accommodations at the Hot Pot House.
Sure. And I think we're just going to have to wait for a few hours because of the whole boat situation.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, y'all vibe at Hobgoblin
We'll
Tavern.
eat some dinner there, I guess.
Yeah. Tasty noodle soup. Yum yum. And soon the sun is down. It is dark, and the streets are starting to come alive with the nightlife of Woodhull.
Okay. Well, I think we are. So the plan, Barnaby. It's not complicated,
Yeah.
but I have a spell that can teleport us in there, directly into his
All right.
office. So as long as you don't move around too much, probably not going to make a ton of noise. I just want to get into his drawers and maybe his secretary's drawers if he's got nothing, to see if there's any information about Amelia, or maybe she had to update her contact address while she was in town with him, so we might know where she is.
Got it. You're gonna get some info out of it. All right.
Not complicated. So, I think the plan is going to be we're gonna walk through the town of Woodhull until we
Okay.
are within something in the range of 500 feet of the Emerald Rail Company building.
Okay.
And Noelle is going to give Barnaby some bardic inspiration before we leave. And then I will cast Dimension Door and teleport us
Okay.
directly into Mr. Yafel's office. Obviously, I think we'll probably, just make sure all the lights are off and stuff when we walk over there as we pass by the building. But
So, hatching your plan, laying it out for Barnaby, you guys depart. You begin making your way towards the Emerald Rail Company building. And I think the thing that's going to strike you first before you go to cast your spell as you are approaching and sort of gauging the distance. There is a fence that surrounds the property, right?
mm-hmm.
You would remember this from your previous visit. And it also encloses train yards, sort of the beginnings of a train station that looks like it's being constructed. And all that construction equipment is quiet right now. The building itself is set pretty deep within this property. And as you're sort of circling it along the sort of perimeter fence, you start to get the sense this might be a slightly further jump than just 500 feet.
500 feet is very far, Pled. I will tell you this.
It is.
That's like a city block.
This is a big property. And there's a lot of construction that's happening along the periphery of it. But this fence looks like it's been here for a little while, longer than that. And you would remember that there is a sort of like a guardhouse sort of at the gates that lead into the property. But that's probably going to be guarded. So my question to you is, how are you going to address the distance here?
Well, I didn't remember it being surrounded by a city block worth of land. I don't know. I picked the least stealthy guy to go with me.
I do have good stealth. I just get disadvantage on them. I got a +5 to stealth. It's just a disadvantage.
Wait, can't you fly?
Yep.
You can fly.
Could you just fly us in range of the building and I can teleport us in? Although I can't really teleport us out then. How long can you fly?
Like hours.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Papa's moonshine is pretty good stuff.
Okay. This could work. Could you fly us on top of the building? And I could just teleport us down into the room?
Sure. Hop on.
Okay. I will piggyback.
Okay. So Barnaby's going to just take off.
I'm gonna slap a button on my armor, and that activates the boots.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm going
And
to give him
what
Bardic
happens when you turn
Inspiration
the boots on?
before we do this again. Or, I already said that, but yeah. In case any checks are needed.
Okay. So what happens when you turn your boots on, Barnaby? Because this is the first time you've done it in campaign.
So there's 2 little reservoirs of moonshine on each boot, and you just see them drain, and fire ignites out of my boots. It just rockets up.
Damn. That's cool.
Yeah. So in a spray of fire, Barnaby lifts off the ground and into the air.
All right.
This will get us a couple hours at the very least.
So you are easily able to get over the fence. No issues. And just flying towards the building.
I think we're just going to do a big old loop onto the top of the building.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you guys
Do we need to
fly
make a stealth roll or
up
something?
and away. You're just kind of out in the open, flying in the dark. So I would say no, not really. But you fly up and down over the fence, landing without much issue. No real sounds from down below.
We're going to the
no
top of the building.
movements. Oh, out and then back.
Going to the top of the building.
Right. Yeah. So you fly up and then back down on top of the building.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And yeah, looking down at the campus below you, you don't really see any movement down there. You don't see anybody walking around. Quiet and no real response to your lifting off and landing. So sitting down on the roof, you can see, excuse me, there's a number of air vents that open up here, and it looks like there is a stairwell that empties out onto the roof as well.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Stand close, Barnaby.
Yeah.
We'll cast Dimension Door down right
Okay.
into Mr. Yaffel's office.
EFL's office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, with a
Oh, sorry. Before we go, Noel's going to shapeshift real quick. I'm going to be a burglar.
Just a generic
I'm
burglar.
just like fucking Hamburglar. I'm just gonna have black and white suit, big bag of money.
Okay.
All right, now we go.
So changeling doesn't change your clothes, but you have the studded the
I have
glamour
my
studded
disguise
leather.
armor now,
Okay. So
and I have
Barnaby and
this bag of money prop from my disguise kit.
Barnaby and the Hamburglar teleport into the office. So you are in
like my
Yaffel's
costume.
office, not like the secretary's waiting room area, right?
We're starting in Yaffel's office because I feel like if doors are going to lock, we'd be able to get out of Yaffel's office and into the secretary's office more easily.
Okay. So you appear in the office, though, and you are immediately struck by two things. It is dark in this office, but there is one light on in the secretary's office, which you can see through the frosted glass window of the wall between the two. And you can also see a pair of dark shapes moving very erratically on the other side of the glass.
Let me clarify something.
Yes.
We were planning to do this like 2 a.m.
Oh, it's 2 a.m?
This wasn't like, well, it's sunset, let's go rob someone.
Oh,
This
okay.
was like,
then there's
let's
nobody
wait
there.
till the fucking middle of the night when nobody's around.
Okay. 2 a.m, then there's nobody there.
That was the goal. Okay. So let's give this.
You get the faint impression that there was some illicit activity in here earlier. It stinks. It smells of sweat. There.
Okay. Well, go for it, Barnaby. Try. Well, I guess I'll just look. I have my night vision goggles, so I will look around the desk. I will look for papers, documents, specifically some kind of contact book or list for people, maybe Emerald Rail Expo stuff.
The desk is currently clear.
Okay.
So drawers would be the place to look.
Are they locked?
They are locked.
Okay. Well, let's give it a shot.
All right. Pull out my all-purpose tool, which more or less just looks like a Swiss Army knife.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna tap it on the side, and it pops out a set of thieves' tools, I guess.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
And I am proficient with that, so I am going to try and pick this darn thing.
And you have a bardic inspiration if you need it.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll.
So is that just flat proficiency, I
That'll
believe?
be Dex plus proficiency.
Dex plus. That makes that roll a lot better. So that is. I want to use the bardic inspiration because that's not as high as I thought it would be. That is 19 total with bardic inspiration.
19. It's close. You can feel like there's one tumbler that is it just keeps slipping off the tip of your tool.
This is a stubborn one.
Also, give me one more.
All right.
I'll give you another bardic inspiration.
That is 21. 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4.
There we go. So you finally get a hold of it, press it into place, twist, and the lock comes open without issue. Yeah, the drawers all open one after the other without too much trouble after that. One of them just has office supplies, inkwells, pens, pads of paper, the like. The next drawer has what looks like a Rolodex, which you can kind of peruse and see, what contacts this guy has. I think you would probably see, like, at the back, there are some newer entries that have not been fully sorted yet, with a decent number of names, all of which you see written just in the corner of the card. Expo, 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 Expo.
Okay.
So these individuals consist of Noltukmir McGill,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a hotel room at the Chateau listed here. Dooley Rediger,
Okay.
who is staying in a saloon off Liberation Square. But there was also a home address listed in Helmfirth.
Okay.
There is Amelia. Her contact information is in there.
Okay.
Cornage, and it has her old hotel number on it. Room 7, like 25. As well as Martin. He's on there. He's on that card.
Mm-hmm.
And one more name, Victor LeBlanc, who it says is staying on a ship called the Great Tulwar.
Okay. So this just has Amelia's old hotel room in it.
Yes.
Okay. Then
It's also got all of his other contacts on that Rolodex as well.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to dig through that, that would be some time.
Does this guy have a? I would assume the secretary would have this, but does he have the booklet of like meeting notes that someone would take while he's talking to important people?
Give me like an investigation check.
Barnaby, do you have good investigation?
Let me take a look.
'Cause I would happily help you.
Kinda.
I will assist Barnaby, and I will give him bardic inspiration while he works.
Okay.
This is the most I've ever used bardic inspiration.
All right, so that's a 13 plus 2 plus 2. So
17.
17.
17.
Okay. I think kind of looking through the drawers, rummaging a little bit, you would find in like the center drawer, like under the main portion of the desk where the chair slides in, that drawer does have a pad of paper with some notes on it. They're kind of haphazard. They're not really like full sentences or anything. There's just like a lot of bullet points, some like random words and circles and stuff. The top page is dated to today, and you see at the top of it the name Feister, Pfister. You see a bullet point that's like Cordemunch meeting 32nd tour of corporate and industrial campus.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bullet under that says Rousseau findings slim. Expecting delivery from Midlands next month. There's a note about investors to be distributed VIP passes for Expo on next meeting. And you'll see, again, those names listed. Cordemanch, McGill, Rediger, LeBlanc, as well as a whole bunch of others. Vasquez, Yaravistine, Eshan, Kipro, and then Darzi.
Okay.
So there's a decent number of people, it seems like, are all sort of lumped in as this sort of investor group,
Right.
according to these notes.
Is there
And-
anything about Amelia having to update her contact information with them? Having to move rooms, changing locations?
Flipping through the notes, it does not look like there has been any recent contact with Amelia. The last mention of her would have been correspondence on the it would have been like the 20th. They would have received correspondence that the Cordemanches were in town and wanted to meet, and the first meeting was set for the 32nd.
Didn't the gods say they'd met a couple times this week?
No.
I thought they said they were like in and out of meetings this week.
You would have heard that. When was that? It was when you guys were like eavesdropping on them. They had a meeting planned for the day after that eavesdrop, and nobody asked the gods about anything because there's no divination question about the Cordemanches meeting schedule.
That was the very first divination question.
Was it?
Yeah.
Could you repeat what the question was for me? Because I'm struggling to remember what I said now.
So if I remember correctly, the question was basically something to the effect of like, has our meeting with Mr. Yafel affected his willingness to work with Amelia or something like that? And the god said something to the effect of like, they've been talking and it seems like he's okay with talking with her.
They've had several meetings.
Yeah, they've had several meetings, I think, was part of the response to that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you did say that.
If I said the word meeting, I apologize because that was the wrong word. Correspondence would have been a more accurate word. So apologies. They have been in correspondence. The first official meeting is scheduled for the 32nd.
Okay. So in their correspondence, they do not currently have Amelia's address.
Not her latest one, no. Or at least whatever it is now that she's left room 725.
Damn it, I even gave him like 4 days. I mean, might as well do diligence. I'll quietly attempt to head out into the lobby area with where the receptionist desk would be.
Okay.
I assume this door unlocks from the inside.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'll just look around that desk. Is there anything? Are the drawers locked?
This desk does not lock. So now you can get these drawers pretty easily.
Quick take a look to see if I see anything on that in that same vein.
Okay. Excuse me. I guess yeah, whoever's heading it, give me an investigation check for this desk and see what you find.
I'll just give this one a shot. Oh boy. Well, it's just rolling amazing today. That's an 11.
Can you bardic inspiration yourself?
I can't do that. Oh wait, no, sorry. Drastically less.
Oh,
7.
7.
Do you have inspo?
I do, but I don't think I'm going to find anything.
I think you would see. She's got a lot of papers. There is a large planner that seems to be like kind of central to her workflow that you're able to kind of pop open and start paging through. And this is predominantly keeping Yfel's schedule. You can see that he is scheduled for this, quarter munch meeting on the 32nd. And you can see that there appears to be a block of time from the 32nd to the 35th where Yfel has sort of been left open and available. It looks as though the Quartermanches plan to be interfacing with the Emerald Real Company for several days in a row here. And while Yfel is only penciled in for that one first day, it looks like he is left available to meet with them further if they request him over the following 4 days.
Do I get an exact time of the meeting starting at least?
Yes. 32nd, the first meeting will start 8 a.m. After the first ferry reaches Woodhall.
Okie dokie. Well, I will head back to Barnaby. Alright, let's get out of here.
Find anything good?
Not what I was hoping for. Alright, I will...
Oh, that's a shame.
I will use my ring of spell storing to use the extra charge to dimension door us back to the top of the roof.
Oh, shit. Before y'all go, I do have a question. Was Barnaby looking at the Rolodex?
I believe I helped his investigation check.
Okay, so he found the Rolodex initially.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barney was. Just clarifying. So y'all head up to the roof, and without much issue, just you are back under the stars.
Well, I guess we don't actually need to call Lauren if you can just fly us back to the other side.
Yeah, kick on my boots again real quick. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I kick them on, slap the button again.
Oh, I thought that was an uh-oh. I was like, what's uh-oh?
It was oh no, I suddenly am in the air. I need to put my boots on again.
Right.
Got it.
Cool. So yeah, you guys take off from the roof of the Emerald Real Company building, and how fast are those boots? 30 feet?
Yep.
So yeah, it would probably take you about an hour to cross the bay. So you've got up to 4 hours, so no issues whatsoever.
All right.
Yeah, y'all are able to touch down wherever you want in Freeport.
Just right
as you approach, I'm sure Alora or Noel, you will probably see the familiar sight of the many birds that have been flitting about overhead as they were the night of your owl flight.
Yeah, if any of them start getting closer following us, I'll get my crossbow.
Sure. All right. And yeah, where do you guys want to touch down?
Probably just right in the Presidium.
Cool. So hit the ground, and it's none worse for wear.
Well, I didn't quite get what I wanted out of that, but thank you, Barnaby.
Anytime.
Those are cool boots.
Thank you. Made them myself. Well, I didn't really make them myself. I had a fancy bit added to them, but I added the rockets.
I'm surprised the moonshine lasted that long.
It burns good. A lot better for burning than for drinking. At least this batch is.
Good to know. Alright. I guess I'll head to bed.
All right. You have a good night.
You too, Barnaby.
All right. Anything from anyone else before the end of day today?
We're good.
I'm enjoying my night on the town, apparently.
I'm sure Burberry will make his way back to the Presidium before long, either before or after Noel and Barnaby got back. 'Cause it's like, what, they said 2 in the morning?
Yeah, it was very, very late.
Yeah, it was probably before.
Probably well before. All right. Well, we will carry on to the next day on the 31st and probably leave it there for this session.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I think that's everything for now. Cool.
Cool.
We'll hand out RP points, everybody gets an RP point, and vote for MVP.
I'll vote for Burberry for divining some answers for myself.
Very, very mild.
And
vague
remembering they
answers.
have 4th level spell slots.
No, legitimately, I didn't remember, but he said, "Oh yeah, no, you don't forget you have locate object at 4." I was like, "Wait, do I have access to level 4?"
Yup.
You do indeed.
Does anyone need inspiration?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Have you
Burberry,
just been hanging with people this whole time, John?
I have what? Like I have my inspiration. I have 3 points. So
No. I just meant this session. We haven't heard a lot from you, so I was just wondering.
I've been banging Soren.
That's what I was figuring.
Oh man, extra points for stamina, man.
Just all the entire week.
Oof.
She's not complaining. She's getting a better deal out of it than John is. So that's 1 vote for Burberry.
I'm good with Burberry.
2 votes for Burberry.
I'm good.
Yep.
3
Sounds
votes,
good to
4
me.
votes for Burberry. All right, Burberry MVP.